And we're live! Woo! What's up, everybody?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes. Before we get into things,
Ben's getting into the pizza.
Ben's getting into the pizza, Kyle's getting into traffic, and we are want to make sure everything sounds okay with using the microphone and audio setup. Do not adjust your television. We will not be playing a game this evening. We will just be sitting here on this couch, debating the best games of 2016.
Yeah.
Our first time doing so as Easy Allies. It is the
Yeah.
Easy Allies Awards. Get your pizza.
There's Ben.
So we do have chat up. We might be a little behind on subs and stuff like that because we will be deep in discussion.
Screaming at each other.
Kyle's not here yet. Don is not here yet. We don't know if Don will be showing up this evening. But we do have nominees. We do have categories. And what's that? Huh?
I'm just muttering thank yous to people. You can keep talking. Don't Kyle Bossman this.
Learn sign language, damn it.
Thank you, B-Bon.
So here's how this is going to go down. So we're going to be playing things pretty fast and loose here on the stream. We have a list of categories. Obviously, some of us are more invested in certain genres than other people. So in some cases, all of us will be arguing. In other cases, just there will be a select few people. We know ever since today's game trailers that a lot of you were interested in seeing the deliberation process. So we kind of wanted to do the best of both worlds. Prior to all of this discussion, we have picked our Game of the Year. I have produced a 14-minute video going through the 12 nominees that we selected for Game of the Year. And it obviously lists what we gave Game of the Year. We will be playing that later on in the show. We will be opening presents before that, and then immediately following revealing what our Game of the Year was in that 14-minute video, we will talk about our personal picks.
Actually, we might do it after.
We might do the personal picks after, or we might do...
Yeah, because if we go through all the personal
that's what I
picks-
said.
That's what you just said.
Yeah.
Sorry.
See? You thought he was ahead, but I was ahead.
Thank you, Jared.
But,
Blood.
But we don't want to get into it until Kyle gets here. So, what can we
you
discuss?
said he might be 36 minutes late. We might have to get
36
into it.
minutes
It was
late?
weirdly specific, yeah.
That's probably just, how the Google flies.
He's running some errands. Maybe he'll just come through the door with a bunch of presents. Maybe we should open presents now.
We
no,
could.
No,
Yeah.
Don though. And we have two things specifically for
Opening
Don.
Opening
we
presents
see
now
if-
might make sense.
We could open presents now. I'll text
Kyle in
Don
here.
Okay.
and see if Don is coming. So then we can,
Sometimes
not...
the message
Do we want to talk about nominee or just categories? Do we want to give a little tease of
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
the categories.
The categories are,
you,
they're not
Mr.
meant to be
Manager.
like every genre in the world and stuff. There's some serious ones in there. There's some fun ones in there.
Best shooter, very serious.
Very serious.
Much business.
Why is this one on here though?
Don't spoil the fun categories.
Why is that one on here?
I don't know why
At
that's
all.
on there.
Like, why is that there?
Because it's just nominee.
Because nobody
Okay.
said no to it.
I didn't want to take the effort to say
on
no.
on edge.
You just cross it off.
So as you can
We
see,
can just
okay,
trash it when
great,
it comes
okay, I'll
out.
just
Yeah,
put a little X there.
We'll have that discussion.
So you can see, so we're less stressed out about what these genres: best RPG, best expansion, best strategy game, best multiplayer game, best soundtrack. We're less stressed out about those. We're more willing to do those live. Do those so you can actually see the deliberation, see kind of what the process is like when we sit down to discuss Game of the Year. But the actual Game of the Year, we wanted to have more of a presentation, more of a production to it. So we did produce that video ahead of time.
Subscriber.
Subscriber. Let's get a big one out of the way. Ready?
You're
a subscriber now.
This was the easiest game of the year, I felt like, for us without streaming. It was very nice.
And I guess we can talk about that, just kind of how crazy this year was as far as pretty good games across the board.
Swimming in sevens.
Swimming in eights.
I will say this is the hardest year it's ever been for me to pick a game. Where I was like, dude, I don't know.
Your own
yet.
game, yeah.
I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's funny how easy it was for me.
Well, yeah, we know.
Because I didn't care about pretty much anything.
Safest.
Yeah, it's been easy for me the last several years, yeah.
It's probably been the hardest year for me to actually play
The flowchart
many
is-
of the games.
Did From Software put out a game? If yes, Goaty.
Oh, yeah, good.
But that is the trick, is that a lot of us don't get a chance to play games. A lot of us have just only started to play games by the time we sit down for Game of the Year. And so we do have to take into consideration the analysis of our fellow comrades based on the scores that they gave and the arguments that they give. And so, that is important to bring up ahead of time because you will see people voting and talking on behalf of games that they have not finished, that they have not played. But that's the trick. You're always going to have that. Doesn't matter how prolific everybody is with their game playing. Doesn't matter, the huge mass of people that you have on your team. You're going to get into a situation where there's just like, just one person that's like, I'm the only person that's played this game. So I will have to convince those other people. But I think a lot of the time, if you have somebody that is defending a game but is not going to fight that hard and just kind of gives up in a huff and is just like, yeah, whatever. It's like, I don't think you feel deep down that game is good enough to fight for. Because I think if it was, then no, you would definitely, it would be very difficult to shut you up. You would just be, you could see it in your eyes, the hurt, the pain.
Sometimes though, you're the only one, so you give up just because you don't want to waste people's time.
Yeah,
there's
I
that.
agree.
There's some more subscribers. Thank you.
I thought last year was way harder.
Last year was
Yeah.
there was
Bloodworth.
we were
Hero
like
didn't even
screaming
pick one last
It
year.
was
at each
uncomfortable.
other.
We had to borderline think up a method of government.
Yeah, we invented the government
Because we knew it was going to be bloody. We knew it was going to be rough.
This year we were
yeah,
just
the
kinda
VV doll.
Let's
right?
vote. Yeah, we had the VV doll, and whoever held the VV doll was allowed to speak.
That didn't last very
It
long.
I
didn't
remember,
last.
yeah.
It broke down almost immediately.
But I remember when Last of Us beat GTA, I think a lot of the people in the room knew it was going to happen. So it was almost kind of like I was being like kicked off the board of directors or something.
Yeah.
Where it was just like when it happened, you could sense the room was like,
Hostile takeover.
what's Jones gonna do? Is Jones gonna Jerry Maguire right now? What's gonna happen?
Seppuku.
Yeah.
Seppuku.
So there definitely is that lead of you going in being like
What's
this person's not
Amanda's
gonna be
goatee?
happy
That's a good
about it.
question.
Yeah, what is Amanda's goatee?
Overcooked.
Do you know? Is she here? Can we
Uh,
ask? Can we text her?
she was spitting stuff out. She's a big King's Quest fan. She liked
Oh, okay.
that revival. Did that
Oh,
finish
yeah.
up?
It's
Was that
finished
this
up,
year?
yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping to maybe get a review on, but I didn't get to.
Big fan of Witness. Big fan of Don't Starve, but that just got the extra version.
They're kind
this
of
year.
tied.
Great
fast.
game.
Did I say Witness? Did I say Witness?
Yeah.
She like the witness?
She did
Oh,
like
yeah,
The
she
Witness.
played a lot of the Witness.
If something comes
Smart
up that I
lady.
know she's a fan of, obviously
Smart
Overcooked
Dark Souls
was big
3
for her
all
this year. Dark Souls 3, clearly.
She's huge into Souls.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's on her third playthrough of Dark
Making
Souls
more
3.
videos right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she's out VOing some lore videos. Oh my god, what's Sophie's goatee? Yes.
I was thinking, maybe there's a way we could do it.
That antler.
Get the top. Yeah, that
Antler
definitely.
2016. She
Well,
loves that.
well,
game.
somebody suggested this afternoon that we called the awards the Sophies.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
actually
The
really
Sophie's
smart.
choice.
Sophie's,
Sophie's
choice.
Sophie's choices, and Sophie's choice is
Yeah.
And our badge is just like her
Titanfall 2.
face.
Titanfall.
Like at E3 when they have like best of show, we need to have like our award thing with just Sophie's like face on
Thank you,
it.
Zero and a drive. Here's a driving.
Yeah, she's Speaking of Sophie, are you eating pizza? No, you're not eating pizza.
You gotta stop that. You gotta stop that. You got one more of those.
We were doing
But yeah,
a
this
little
is-
duet over
We're
here.
gonna do like
Yeah.
6 more of those.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm
Fetch.
I'm reminiscent of old goatees we used to do at game trailers, but this is its own thing. This is the first time. So this might not be we would love to do the way we did at GT, have it have separate categories, really script a lot of this stuff, get a lot of our ideas down.
But who has the time?
But who's got the time? I barely had the time to produce
That'd be
a 14-minute
lot harder
goatee
now.
video.
We're not all in
But
the
at
same
the
office anymore.
But at the same time, that became a
Oh.
challenge year after year. If something was going to be nominated for a console award and a action adventure award and is nominated for GOTY and has a great multiplayer, so it's nominated for that, and then and then you end up having to write 8 paragraphs on Call of Duty, and you're just how do
Responsive shooting.
I really like this Call of Duty this year, but I don't know if I can
graphics
drop
are
1,200
good.
words saying the same thing over and over and over again.
It's one of the grades.
So
one thing I will speak to that I don't think you will ever see us bring back platform awards.
Best
highly
PlayStation
doubtful.
game, best Microsoft.
Yeah, Microsoft basically killed that this year with putting games on both PC and Xbox. Where Xbox doesn't have an exclusive anymore.
well, we're saying
Yeah.
goodbye to the Nintendo handheld pretty much. So we're not
Yeah.
going to have handheld awards.
We're
will
making
be
the
kind of
switch.
tricky
You're
now.
making the switch.
to the new
Switch.
the new era of
Yeah.
handheld computing, handheld gaming. Jones, the Nintendo Switch.
Good slogan. I like it.
Yeah, there could,
I like
should
it.
be
It's a
handheld,
console. It's a
Switch will be
handheld.
both.
It does
So
it
it's
all.
It does
handheld,
everything.
handheld.
The future is now. The dreams are all true.
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch.
I told Scorn officially we're not going to be reviewing the game, but I never thought about awards. I mean,
Right?
Technically they
Maybe
would.
a
Yeah,
skewed one.
they would be up for an award. But,
Score!
and like all of us have been emotionally affected by Scorn, so
Oh yeah.
there's not any of us that could claim that we don't have some kind
We're
of
not
deep,
neutral, yeah.
deep-seated
I
connection
have,
to
I
Scorn.
have not played MXGP2. Sorry about that.
The tapestries are just so somber.
They're extremely somber. But is it just tapestries though? You know, like do you are you unlocking more and more tapestries of
I
somberness
would
as you
love
go through?
unlockable somber tapestries. Scorn, if you're watching.
You go in your inventory.
Unlockable
check them
somber
all off.
tapestries, but like in Diablo 3, you just have like tapestries, but it's like a bunch of them. Oh my god. That'd be so awesome.
I want a somber Scorn tapestry now, like to
Unlockable.
hang like in the office.
Somber tapestries.
Somebody will make it.
Oh
Careful
my
what you
God.
say.
I feel bad too because I am not showing up prepared. I am on time, which Kyle Bossman is not, but I am not.
Ooh.
I'm not afraid, Brad.
No, I love it.
Shots fired.
I am not ready with best trailer at all. I'm out this year. I'm just.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, clearly.
Oh.
There are like 3 good ones.
It just
the
happens.
best ones.
Next year is actually one of my New Year's resolutions to watch more trailers, to be more critical of trailers.
So wait a minute, hang
I
on.
got that
forced
Twitter
me.
handle, Trailer Johnson.
Have you not seen the trailers, or have you just not taken the time to
I haven't watched them more than once.
grade?
I haven't.
Yeah.
I didn't like list them.
You've seen them all.
In years
pretty
past,
much.
I would keep
Yeah.
a document that I
Right,
would
right,
week by week. Yeah, that was a good trailer. That
I
CG
mean,
trailer.
yeah, I'm in a similar boat. Usually, like, I put a ton of work like throughout the year into best soundtrack, and then I spend like that whole Thanksgiving week just listening to the crap like crazy and like writing 30 pages of notes.
Right.
And that didn't happen at all this year.
Awkward
Oh.
Sonic said we needed a Michael Kazachenko
They-
tapestry. Very
Sure.
funny.
Yeah.
They still kind of forced me to put it on there though. So
We forced it.
We've
Yeah.
got, we've
Blood
got
was
some
like,
picks in
and
there.
we were like,
I don't know that any of them are the
Yeah,
best
that's
picks. So you know.
For me with music though, it's like if I'm playing a video game and I stop and think, wow, this music is amazing, it's on the list. Like out of context, kind of listening to the soundtrack is a separate thing for me.
It will
Yeah.
definitely
Like if
is,
I'm,
yeah.
when I boot up Final Fantasy 15 and that intro music plays, I'm emotionally
That
invested.
beautiful piece
Yeah,
right at the
it's like
beginning.
okay, you got me. I mean,
It is very rare for any sort of battle music to actually sound good outside of the context of the game, but that doesn't make it bad music.
yeah,
Doom.
that's
I
interesting.
say everything wrong. What did I say wrong this time? Yeah, music for me, it's like, oh, I'm almost feeling something. This must be good music.
Did I skip a meal or what is that?
Yeah. What is this?
Oh, then you have the odd bit of you can have really great sound design without music, which both The Witness and The Last Guardian do very well.
Yeah, wind. Good
Yeah.
wind. Best wind category
What
coming up
about
later
best
tonight.
ticking clock?
Which ones?
Is it in
What are you,
Dishonored,
let's
or
do
what are you
best
talking
ticking
about?
clock right now.
What's the VR game
Can't
where
think
they
of-
don't
Can't think of one.
don't freak out or
Last
you'll
of
blow
Us
up? What is
intro.
Oh yeah, keep talking and nobody explodes.
CS:GO did the bomb. Planting the bomb. The best. Oh, it's the best.
Ben, how's your year?
Yeah, Ben, are you alright?
He's just
good.
He's enjoying that pizza.
Enjoying
Enjoying
it,
that
yeah.
pizza.
Quick dinner break for Ben.
Let it die.
This is also our final grip stream, everybody.
Of the
Yeah.
year. Of the year.
At least Saturday.
Not forever.
Forever if we don't come back from vacation. You know,
I could
or-
die, I
yeah,
guess.
if they, well, I mean everybody. I wasn't specifically
We
singling
could
you
all
out.
die.
We could all die. That could
It
happen.
could be a meteor.
Between
Yellowstone
now-
could explode.
Now in another group stream. But we will be recording 2 podcasts tonight. The regular podcast, which you'll get this week, and a Love and Respect version, which you'll get next week. And the week after that, you get nothing. We're on vacation.
Brandon, aren't you going to Yellowstone?
I'm going to Yellowstone.
Yeah, don't set it off, please.
Don't say right.
It is
be there,
an
dude.
active volcano. Easy
John
update.
Wick.
Hey,
Will
Brandon.
not take a break.
Don't set them all.
3 episodes scheduled to go out. Finishing the last one of the 3 now.
What were you gonna say, Ben?
Ben, how's it going?
How's it going, Ben?
Ben,
I
how's
just
it
wanted to
going?
answer the year question. There were a lot of, I was thinking about it, there are a lot of RPGs that came out this year that I don't think were like quite good enough to crack our top 12 or whatever it is, but I'm super happy that they exist,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So it was kind of a good year for me. I got to enjoy those.
It's a
There was
great
a lot
year.
of great years.
A lot of
Like,
great games.
not
yeah.
just Japanese role-playing games, but like Tyranny, which I don't think
Oh,
we're
yeah.
gonna bring up.
Somebody
game,
brought that up in the comments.
That game is sick, yeah. So
Which
it's a good
one?
year.
Tyranny.
Too many sick games.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you would really like Tyranny, Ian.
Tyranny.
You just get to roleplay as like just an evil overlord. It's great.
Can you be a female evil
Yes.
overlord?
Yes,
I
you
love
can.
it. My goatee goes to tyranny. Tyranny? What's it
What's
called?
that?
Tyranny.
No, it's
Tyranny.
it's its own thing.
For tyranny.
It's made by Obsidian.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's real good.
Cool.
Ben, they say you're quiet. You gotta scream a little more.
I'm just trying to eat my pizza.
Pizza.
They're just trying to eat
my
pizza.
Give me a break.
Let him eat his
Settle down,
pizza.
sir.
We all know that the Neo Beta was the game of the year.
We do have best beta demo.
For real though, that
Well,
Neo
it's very
Beta.
Do we want to get into presents, or we want?
Yeah,
to
We
get into
just do some presents, maybe.
Hugh, are you ready for your this category?
I put it on
Slightly.
there. I don't know what he wants.
Slightly.
You're ready?
Slightly.
Slightly
Slightly
ready.
ready, okay.
Hugh is slightly
Yeah.
ready for his own category as well.
Best slight.
You have to write down or something.
It's best sliding category.
Best slight.
Before we get to it at some point.
We should do that.
Present.
We're gonna open some presents
All
now.
right. Presents time for Kyle Bossman.
It is presents time. A gift for you.
Hey, allies, I present you something special for Huber, aka Clyde Jackal, that'll get him hyped. I just recently became a patron and subscriber on Twitch. Watch out for chemtrails and be jolly, love and respect. Daniel, aka Julie Hanso.
This is a
Oh,
this is a
nice.
Fiasco Knots
You
reference.
know, yeah.
Billy Hanso. He's right there.
Of course, you were talking about
Open it.
chemtrails. in
This way,
Fiasco.
maybe?
Wait,
Oh, there we
were
go.
you really talking about chemtrails?
I'm
Huber's
gonna do a
character
feature
was
real
very
quick while I
concerned
can.
about chemtrails at one point.
Whoa. Oh, I see an umbrella logo here.
I'm sniping blood seed.
Snipe.
Dude.
Oh my god.
He'll be pissed.
I know.
Vials.
Vials. Vials.
What is this?
Cans.
Hold on,
Cans!
chat. Hold on, chat. Here we go. This is a glass vial
Did somebody give you drugs?
of some sketch.
From,
Some sketch liquid
from like science.
from
technology.
Umbrella. Look at
The
this.
snow may be nice.
Liquid
It
Umbrella.
doesn't even say what it is.
T-virus.
Don't drink those.
T-virus. We got the T-virus. I'm injecting it tonight. Yeah.
Finally,
Save
Huber arrives.
We have the G-virus.
The ampules. What do the other ones say?
I need the G-virus. It's stronger.
It's stronger.
T-virus. Oh, this is the antivirus.
Anti-T-virus.
Wow, we have the cure.
Anti-T.
Come on, give me a G.
AT&T virus.
You won't budge.
We need the G-virus.
This is weird.
How disappointed will you be if it's
Not
not?
at all.
Whoa.
Not at all. Because Nemesis enhancement right here. Yes.
T-virus Nemesis
Yeah.
enhancement.
That's excellent.
Better than the G-virus, Huber?
Thanks so much. Anything Nemesis related is the best.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you don't recognize these, Huber.
Awesome.
Apparently they're movie
You've
canon?
seen these before.
In the movie. Like, yeah.
Yeah. And
And
the escape room, brother.
do they have these ones?
Oh, yeah.
These exact? Oh, I missed them.
Oh wow.
Ah.
Awesome.
Because we're digging for clues, and I
Yeah.
saw those, and they had like text all over them. I was like,
Yeah.
oh god,
What do I do?
Like reading every
God.
single one of them. Like,
Memorizing
we have
numbers.
6 T viruses and 3,
Thanks so much.
Nemesis enhancements.
Nemesises.
There's more Michael Huber stuff.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah.
Must be nice
Hey,
to be
Dirk.
Michael Huber.
Well,
Heyday,
One was
fellas.
from last time, right?
Don't show those addresses.
We're in California, and he's a big Giants fan, so
True.
it's
True.
Dear Huber, thanks for hosting an amazing meet and greet. I loved all the conversations we had about Deus Ex, World of Warcraft, and Turok. Also glad that you guys loved the cookies.
Oh yeah.
It was a blast, and I'm so glad that my sister and I got to meet all the allies. I meant to bring this movie to the meet and greet as a gift to you, but sadly I forgot. This is one of my favorites, and I hope that the film's blend of cool French noir and the story of a lone samurai is
my
up
God.
your alley. Love and respect, Stefan.
We're gonna send you back your Tupperware. Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna-
like, what movie is this?
I'm gonna guess that it's Les Samurai, the French one. I'm gonna guess. I was right. What up? Yes.
Nice. Have you seen it?
Okay, I have not seen this. I was supposed to watch it in my film noir class, and I was sick that day.
Right.
Redemption.
Excuses.
Yes. Thanks so much.
Whoa. Freaky spider thing.
Thank you.
They're gone.
Oh
That
man.
looks cool.
Oh,
Jean-Pierre
deleted
Melville.
spiders.
legend. Masterpiece. Thanks so much. Man, I'm pumped.
Let's watch it.
Yeah, I'm so pumped.
Right now.
It's gonna be amazing. So excited.
I think I opened the
Thank
bottom
you.
and then just ripped the top off.
Yeah.
French samurai flick?
Hell yeah.
Ghost Dog, Way of the Samurai.
Ghost Dog.
Ghost.
All I remember is the shot through the sink.
It's a good movie.
Yeah. Forrest Whitaker.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is funny. This is from Kaylee. I don't know if she wants to read that note.
Oh.
It just says, "Hey, there's a thing."
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Oh.
it got a little wrinkled, so unfortunately I gotta flatten it out.
no.
But yeah, you ready? Is everybody ready?
I'm ready.
Oh,
I'll open it for this side.
Oh, yeah.
Dang, dude.
Wow. 10 out of
Yeah.
10.
That's pretty great.
Oh my goodness.
Brandon Jones in Red Dead Revisited.
But it was so funny because she would just like, while she was working on it, she would just like tweet out stuff. She's like, I don't know, I can't decide like between these two, and like every single time I would reply, I'm like, I like the first one. Like I don't know if I can vote on this. But like, she's like, wish I put the title on it or his name on it. I'm like, no, put it above. I like it above. Like, so thank you,
Nice.
Kaylee. It's beautiful.
a collaborative
Oh
effort.
man, I'm gonna frame the heck out of that.
Oh, someone just
I
dropped
didn't
some
even see who
Ghost
that was
Dog
from.
lore.
That's
I
awesome.
missed it.
Oh, love Ghost Dog. Didn't see
Yeah.
the lore.
Somebody dropped
Yeah.
some lore.
Redrop the lore.
Yeah.
Kaylee, I can unfollow you if you want to keep that stuff surprises. I guess you know.
Damn.
Like if you really want that stuff to be a surprise,
Brutal.
I can leave you alone. I'm just
Unsub.
slowly back out of the room, you know. I wasn't here. Oh man, I mean, I might as well. I can't
Oh
not
my
take out a
God.
bag of Space Raiders.
Space
Raiders.
Yes.
We're gonna,
These weird things.
Yes.
we're gonna need to
they're
get into
so
that right
good.
away.
That's a nice card.
Yeah. Greetings from Scotland, allies. Oh, good old corn fan.
Here we go.
Back in August, I sent you a package as a thanks for keeping me entertained after losing my job. Happy to report, I got a job
Yeah.
before the package had arrived. I
Nice.
continue to enjoy the work you do. Barely a day goes past without watching something you've made. As the Space Raiders were such a hit the first time, I also included the beef flavored ones.
What?
These are the pickled onion ones.
Also some sweets for you all to enjoy. Happy belated Thanksgiving. I hope you all have a great Christmas and awesome New Year. Love and respect, Gordon, aka Corn Fan, 2007.
Where's Space Raiders from again?
And we got an awesome
Scotland.
Scotland.
Christmas card. Thank you. Season's greetings.
Corn fan. Thanks so much.
Corn fan.
Corn fan.
What's your favorite corn album?
Big
Corn
Nut
for
Fried.
me.
And I love getting the card there because I can slide everything in. That's nice and neat.
Appetizers.
What other
What's
stuff?
your favorite corn album?
Fizzy Flying Saucers by Sainsbury's.
Sainsbury's fizzy flying saucers.
Oh, the beef. Oh, and just a
What is that? These things either look
Beef.
super jolly or terrifying.
Look how intense
just
it
a
says beef on
Ziploc
that.
bag with a bunch
Look at
of.
the bottom.
Wow.
Beef.
And he's got like a beard.
Got some Smarties and stuff going on there.
Smarties, top tier.
We're all gonna pause while I have some beef.
I was like, help yourself, John.
We're all gonna stop here for a second.
See, look, this one doesn't have a beard because the beef guy's more manly.
I can eat the beef ones.
It has stats for the Space Raider.
Yeah. Level them up. How's that beef?
How's that beef, Jones?
I like.
Are you beef?
Not as good as the other.
red for the
Not as good,
You want
Nothing
to
more-
compare right now?
but it is
Like,
beefy.
red is the beef color, you know?
No,
It
it's
is
just
beefy.
funny. It's just like, oh.
You want one?
I love how they're
You
little
want beef
faces.
out, bro?
No, my pizza just.
All right.
killed me.
Disrespect.
There's no comparing
No,
them.
I'll have them. So I'm just
They're so intense.
It's nice to have an alternative, but
The pickled onion.
there's no question.
It's top tier.
Pickled onion.
Beef.
Beef.
What's for
Thank you
dinner?
so
I knew
much
you were gonna
for
say that.
subscribing to us.
This is
It's a catchy.
Thank you
phrase.
so much, guys.
This is bizarre.
The beef ones?
Right.
Like a beef flavor.
Alright, hook it up. Thanks.
Here.
Quick, replace Brandon.
Strange. I like it though.
Like this flavor with like what this is just weird to me.
Yeah.
But I'm still eating.
Yeah. It's like, how does it taste like that?
How does it taste like that?
There's a lot of stuff happening
Dude,
right now.
those lunch boxes?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening. in here.
Spoilers.
Splur's braid.
I want there to be a
A
note.
guitar.
Cans.
Cans.
It's just
Cans. Keanu Reeves, solid person.
Good person.
Had a
Please
had a
read
rough
first.
life.
Okay, all right, here we
Good
go. Here we
person.
go. This is the last gift, and it's
Oh my
there's
God.
lots of
God,
stuff happening. There's
yes!
lots of stuff happening. Okay, got it. Okay, that's okay. Got it. All right. Merry Christmas, lovely,
We don't know where John is actually.
epic. May the holidays and New Year bring you much happiness. Merry Christmas, from the Rudders.
Thank you.
And I thought this world was rudderless. Wah, wah. Hello, allies. Greetings from Arkansas. My wife and I wanted to demonstrate our gratitude for all the incredible content we have enjoyed over the last few months. My name is Adam, and my wife is Jennifer. We have been fans for a long time and really appreciate the love and enthusiasm you put into each video, thought, and comment. We truly love and value the content. In the past, we used to get upset with each other if someone watched an episode of Vikings alone. Now I get mad if she knows what happened on Tabletop Escapades before I do. We truly appreciate each and every one of you, and that goes for the community as well. Truly a wonderful group of people who make every event feel jolly and memorable. We are huge Christmas fans! With that said, we have included ornaments for each ally.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
We did, that's 3 gifts, Dawn, that you need to pick up. We did our best to personalize them, and please forgive the lack of artistic talent. If you do not celebrate Christmas, feel free to use them as a coaster or tchotchke. We have a golden named Sarah, who is a huge fan. Hey, Sarah's a fan too.
Sarah.
She included a gift for Sophie.
Oh.
Also included her candies and snacks we picked up on a trip to Belgium, and some almond
Whoa.
bark Jennifer made. Oh man, homemade,
Almond bark.
made with M&M's, pretzels, and chocolate chips.
Yes.
I tried desperately to include a copy of Test Drive Eve of Destruction because I think it would be a ton of fun for the group to play together. However, I could not find it in any local game stores. I hope you guys can work it in. I would have ordered a copy online, but we wanted to get everything sent in before the vacation started. I will try to send it soon if you do not already have it. We can't wait to see what lies ahead and wish you and the community all the best. We are already so hyped about spending another E3 with you guys. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, with all the love and respect we can muster. P.S. As I write this, we just joined the League of Amazing Patrons that have made all this possible. Signed, Beauty and the Beast. We're also huge Disney fans. I love these people. My wife included a card with a request. If you're willing to grant her request, we included the money inside for shipping costs. Oh my.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh my.
Request granted.
I thought I was going to list what's in here, but I don't know. So we're starting with we got a Back to the Future. Fragile, handle with care, gifts enclosed. A Back to the Future lunchbox.
That lunchbox is incredible.
Oh, that's the back.
That is the
so
greatest
good. The back is
lunchbox
so good, too.
I have ever seen.
Oh, and then the ornaments are inside of there.
The ornaments are inside. Okay. Here we go. Oh boy, this is a whole
Individually
thing.
wrapped.
Yeah, this is a whole- this is
gift
the
that
thing
keeps
right
on
here.
giving.
There's
Don.
Don's. Oh, Amanda got one. Oh my
damn.
goodness. Wow.
Amanda
Bloodworth.
Top.
Bloodworth.
Kylie.
Kylie Bashman.
Kylie Bushmine.
Kylie. Sophie. Oh my god.
Damn.
It's amazing you're opening almost all
I
the
know.
ones that are for people who aren't here.
Brad.
Bradley.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks. Out of time.
Huber.
I had that license plate when I was a kid.
Damiani. You can get that one in my Damiani.
Yeah.
Are we just opening
This one's for me. Yeah. Crack 'em open. Ben Moore.
Craig, come in.
Yes. I can't wait to see which one Ben gets.
Oh, it's tape.
I'm just curious.
Nice.
Is that a pen?
Yeah.
Ian.
Huh.
Ah,
Oh, cool.
Metroid.
Yes.
Castlevania.
Right.
Ooh.
That's right. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is it an
I
umbrella?
knew it was gonna be
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Jones is gonna be. What do you guys get?
I'm guessing.
Castlevania.
Nice.
Ooh, with the
Oh,
yo, you got
Chambers
chambers, the
too.
bullet in the chamber for Red Dead. It's so
Damn.
good.
Nice.
Oh, it's so
At
good.
first I thought it was Berserk.
That's what they want you to think.
Oh, it's beautiful.
That's sick.
Sucking on my T
I wanna buy it straight.
Sucking on my T-virus. I don't want to break this.
Right?
This is really cool.
This is going on my tree.
Oh,
I guess I'll have to get a tree.
there's a cost, y'all.
I
Ah.
forgot to tell you.
There's a cost.
Sign and send back.
With that red pen, we sign this and we send it back.
No.
Abby,
yes.
Will it arrive before Christmas? Text your guess at
That'd
Penmore035.
That'd be sick. That'd be sick.
be tight.
Oh, that's so good. And just because I'm curious and she's right here and she's gonna want it. Let's open Sophie. Sophie's having to open this
What
one
else?
for
Is,
you.
there's other stuff in there.
I know there's other stuff, but it's Sophie's ornament.
Sophie.
Sophie, what'd you get?
Mine is Bloodborne.
Sophie,
Mine
what'd you get?
was, yeah, Samus's symbol from Metroid.
It's a
The
bone.
screw attack.
Zelda, right?
symbol.
It's a
Yeah.
bone. You know.
It's a bone.
A black
Sophie loves bones.
That was a controller.
Don't throw Sophie.
Sophie,
bones,
look
you know.
it. Sophie,
Oh,
look
it's a
it.
bone?
Sophie, look.
Look, Sophie.
It's an ornament for
Sophie.
you, Sophie.
Look it. It's a bone for you. You're a dog, Sophie.
Get it? You like bones.
You're a dog, see, is why.
Wasn't there another Sophie?
See?
No, it's Amanda.
And there's a whole nother thing. Can you grab me a person?
Look at that tape. Thematic tape.
Yeah, I know.
High production. Color. Value.
Oh my
I'm opening towards the end.
At least
Cut
you're
away.
cutting away from
No,
these. No,
cutting
he's
towards.
not.
Hit the artery.
Never away.
Never.
At least we know how you'll die.
You know what? He's handling it though. He hasn't cut himself
Yeah,
yet.
see?
All it takes is one.
One. Just takes one.
Death by scissors.
Death by safety scissors.
I open packages inverted.
Just like how you put more of these fizzy weirdos.
Oh man, we got. We'll be using this pretty soon. Actually, the
Whoa.
cell.
Ah.
Oh, it's for
To
Sophie.
Sophie from Sarah.
Oh, no.
Too cute to choose.
Oh god,
no.
it makes noise. Don't give it to her.
Oh no.
Until
No, we
after-
got it. We
She's
have
coming.
We have to do this on camera because it's just
She
showing.
knows.
Wait,
Sophie,
take the,
what is
take the
this?
tag off.
Okay.
It's bad for her. Careful with this plastic thing, that can kill people.
Oh god. I just had a pair of scissors, didn't I? Did I give it back?
Where'd they go?
Scissors.
They're right here.
Scissors.
Make sure you keep both ends. You can step on those and get a sliver that cannot be detected by medical science. For real.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Sophie saved.
Hang on.
Oh, that's the first time I've seen the shield thing.
The shield
Yeah, in chat.
reunion.
What is it, Sophie? Sophie, what
Oh
is
my
it?
god.
Oh no.
The whole stream is gonna be this noise.
Oh no.
Are you ready?
Are
you ready? Get it! Get it! Get it, Sophie! Get it! Get it!
She's like, Dad, stop.
Yeah, she's like, just give it to me already. Oh, Sophie, new toy.
I just want, on behalf of Sophie, she really appreciates that. That's gonna be dead in 5 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
And that
Right.
will.
She's being very tender with it
We
right
got. Ooh.
now. Those look kind of good.
Yeah.
Drops.
We got.
I like how they're just called
some breath
drops.
thingamajobs there. We got some posties.
The beat will drop. These look like fizzy space.
Crack-a-nut. Paprika flavored. Paprika
Paprika
flavored.
flavored cracker nuts.
Smoky bacon tux.
Sounds
Have yourself a tuck.
Sounds like my kind of
Smoky
weekend.
bacon.
Good God.
My kind of weekend.
I just like the mesquite bacon myself.
Smoky.
Oh, and we got.
bacon
Oh yeah.
tuck.
And this is the homemade. Oh.
Whoa, don't hug that for yourself.
Well, I'm just, yeah.
We'll see that.
Just
These
don't keep it
tins.
low.
These tins.
Yeah, the tins are
Oh
worth.
my, Hubert.
Is that allowed?
Yeah, and then this
in
is all the
iTunes?
homemade
Is that
stuff.
allowed?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's give that a whiff.
Give
It's
it a
like,
whiff.
It's like stepping in a C's candy.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
So yeah. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Wonderful bouquet.
There's a lot of. There's
Who
lot
wants a
of tastiness.
smoky bacon tuck?
I'll take
We gotta
it.
crack
I'll try
these.
one.
I do
I'll
not.
try it.
We gotta crack them.
Thank you very much. I'm trying to get
Smoky bacon tuck.
smoky bacon.
This is
sauce.
weird. This smells
Yeah.
way too much like bacon.
This is
Is
weird.
that weirder than Beat Space Raiders?
Just as weird. I'm freaked out right now. I'm like eating meat crackers.
Is it good?
That's enough.
That's enough.
That's enough.
You can have them.
Yeah.
All right, it is
I don't
now 6:36. Kyle Bossman late for being late.
We need a punishment.
How's that tuck?
How much?
Kyle loses his category.
Kyle gets no categories.
He has a weird one.
How
It's
much?
a little weird.
A little weird.
Yeah.
Like,
Without
Like,
further
Bacon.
stalling for time,
Not like
Oh.
regular bacon, but like a baker's bacon.
Yeah, a little weird.
Fred's
a
face.
little weird.
Probably could start on
Smoky
shooter
tongue.
without
we could do shooter without Kyle.
Since that is the first.
Probably should get a drink.
Wait, are those dog treats?
Can you get me a?
Somebody said they're for Sophie.
You get a San Pellegrino?
There's no way.
Find the bag. Where are
Ah, that would've been too
No,
bad.
man, it
Ah!
tastes like a dog treat.
Pull the lethal
should've just
weapon on
tossed
ya.
it.
Oh,
I don't think so.
smoky bacon tuck.
Break the shooter on the dog bone.
Yeah.
they? Can I just take this moment to say that Bloodborne is an incredible game?
Yes.
I was playing it earlier today.
Yeah,
and
can
my
we-
God,
Can't we just have it go to this year? Also?
Bloodborne, Goaty.
Me and Hubert had like a 15-minute game session where we just used the Kirk hammer.
Yeah, we went to a chalice dungeon and just like
Just
destroyed.
getting the Kirk hammer out again. It's been a while.
Drops.
Drop.
Best weapon 2016.
I approve.
Yeah.
Blades of Mercy. Zuko.
Stunning boss. Nothing like stunning bosses.
Face planting a boss.
The
The
best.
sound that the hammer makes when it hits something.
In the momentum of where your hunter when you swing it,
Acidity-ness.
when it goes
Never heard of
forward.
The
You
best.
can feel the life form go limp.
Like it
Life
might.
form.
I actually can.
It's really close to surpassing the shotgun in Doom for me.
Or the
For favorite weapon of all time in a game. Like it's
Are we talking
close.
both shotguns?
Yeah.
Doom this year or Doom
Doom at all time.
early Doom?
Doom 2's your...
First
Doom
Doom.
1's your favorite one, isn't it?
I like the
Could
single
the
barrel.
Kirk hammer exist without the Doom shotgun?
No, Miyazaki is heavily inspired.
Heavily
Like that
inspired.
kick you get from it.
Oh.
Remember our Jolly Co-op? We gotta do that.
Oh yeah. Should we just beat the whole game?
Yeah.
We'll use a really hard weapon
We could
too.
do it in one stream.
Like we won't cheese it with the saw cleaver.
Yeah.
We'll use something harder.
2017, look for it. Brad and Ian Jolly Co-op Bloodborne full playthrough. I guess we would do it in 3 hours.
The entire game.
Yeah. Well, necessary content only.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Plus the DLC.
Gotta
We
do
got
it
so
all.
far when we did.
Oh,
Gotta do
doing
it
it
all.
all then 6 hours.
Yeah, gotta do it all.
Yeah.
Every boss.
What am I smelling? What is this?
Drops.
These
Drops.
are the drop.
Yo,
the
what you need
flowery
drops?
Drops.
You
Yeah.
can drop.
Jones, do you want
if anyone wants to drop.
you want a
Yeah,
smoky
yeah.
bacon tuck?
It's very. I'd rather have a smoky bacon. Let me start with the smoky bacon.
for
You gotta
dogs.
have one.
May or may not be
Oh,
for
good.
dogs.
Okay. You would imagine they'd have a picture of a dog on the front.
Smoky bacon tuck.
It's a mistake we've all made at some point in our life.
That's a smoky bacon cracker.
He's going for a second.
Brad is a dog confirmed.
Oh my god.
It's also vegan, apparently. That's cool.
Ah. Vegan bacon is weirder than
Whoa.
anything else.
I mean,
I've
they
had some
make-
pretty weird vegan stuff.
Smoky bacon tuck.
Smoky bacon tuck. Drops. Shadow drops.
So we do want.
World of Jedi,
We are down to do shooter without Cal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's get started.
Yeah,
out,
we're
man.
40 minutes in.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to figure out what in the hell is the best shooter of 2016.
Overwatch.
Not a lot of shooters this year.
There's Quantum Break on here with a question mark next to it.
Well, we always had those,
Oh,
those
and
questions in
Uncharted.
the past, like where do things?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
They're
I'm sure
blurring the
it's here at the
lines.
bottom, but we don't. Yeah, do
Well,
not have
they're
an
in
action.
alphabetical order, so that's why it's at the bottom.
Don't Google smoky bacon tuck.
Right off the bat, Battlefield 1, Huber, a franchise that you're feeling on
Phenomenal.
a regular basis.
Phenomenal game. Problem with like ongoing multiplayer games for me though is that I always put them in the back seat when like newer games are coming out to go through them. So I have not put as much time as I usually do into Battlefield this year. But that's not because of quality. That's just because we've had so many games come out. It's definitely one of my favorite Battlefields ever, hands down. It plays differently than all the other Battlefields. The World War I setting is just so unique, and especially
But
just
unique in a good way.
unique in such a good way.
Because couldn't that have wasn't the fear that was going to be boring
Yeah,
potentially?
'cause-
Just
People
slower
only
and
thought there
Yeah.
was trench warfare.
Exactly.
Right.
Like the theories before it came out, we were like, oh, let's have World War I Battlefield, and like when you talk about it, it's like, yeah, but like weird bolt action guns, like trench warfare, but they made it work.
Yeah,
They took a
just
couple
kidding. It's still
creative
fun.
liberties, but
To this day,
Yeah, of
bolt
course.
action rifles are still some like the M1 Garand
Yeah.
and Day of Defeat and all those. They're
Yeah.
the best
That's
gun.
exactly what I was
They,
thinking.
they,
Best
in
gun.
my brain.
they
Yeah.
feel real good.
Dude,
Yeah.
I missed
Yeah.
Day of Defeat.
Yeah. M1
Love it.
Garand.
absolutely love it.
However you
Are
say
we?
it.
How do we feel about Battlefield 1 possibly being the best shooter of 2016?
If we're talking about multiplayer, hands down, it's in the conversation.
So it's up there. It's in the conversation.
Throw it on the
Absolutely.
maybe pie.
Absolutely.
I reviewed Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, and I don't necessarily need to have that in the conversation. I liked it.
Deal.
I think it's Ben and I have talked
But I
about
think
this in great length. The multiplayer is one of the weakest it's been.
Yeah, it's
Call of
boring.
Duty.
It's just boring.
It's boring.
It's
Damn.
just they just like they did what Battlefield they didn't do what Battlefield did, where it's like
Yeah.
they didn't reinvent it in any
Totally.
special way. I didn't. It didn't wow me as much as Black Ops 3, but I felt they like took a lot of lessons of Black Ops 3 already like wouldn't say perfected, but like a lot of the advancement that they made last year. So so yeah, it doesn't sound like anybody's gonna be fighting for that.
Eliminated.
Are you gonna fight for Doom?
Ooh, Doom's a hell of
To
a
be up
game.
there?
Every
Battlefield
Ben Moore
versus
is.
Doom?
every gun.
I know Ben Moore's gonna fight for Doom.
You gotta put Doom up there.
Yeah.
Hell
Doom's
yeah.
like contender.
Doom is absolutely contender.
go ahead and just cross the
Ben
next
Moore
one.
just said it right there. Yeah,
Yeah.
Far Cry Primal, but
Yeah.
which I love. It came out this year.
Far Cry probably been on the
Yeah, what's on the list?
Exactly.
Because it came out this year, darn it, and it was fun.
Because it meets the only requirement of being in this category.
If Infinite Warfare is not gonna get the nod from me for Cody, then Gears doesn't. Is there anything we need to say about Gears?
Kill it.
No, cut
I
it.
think I liked Gears the most out of the Allies.
That's
I think
crazy.
It's a really
Sure.
good game.
I think it's
And he
good.
hated
It's
it.
picked up from where we've gotten.
Yeah.
But I was
I
not
didn't.
super
No,
keen
I'm
on
just
it in the
kidding.
beginning.
You liked it
I'm-
the most, but you still hated it. I was just joking.
I'm not invested. It's not making me invested. You know, it's not really like
I'm not thinking about playing it.
I
I
never.
don't care about playing it.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
I never think about playing it.
Even co-op, I just don't,
Yeah.
I don't care.
It is one of those games that now that I've had some distance from it, I totally agree with you. Where I think back at it, and it's like, oh, it's a really good Gears game,
Yeah.
but I don't feel emotional about it. Or I don't think to one specific moment where I'm like,
Totally.
oh my god, I can't believe that happened. You know, I played Horde mode, and it's great. It's
Yeah.
really fun.
Come on.
But I'm not
Honestly.
going to remember it the way I did, like riding on a horse in Battlefield
Hell
1
yeah.
just taking people out.
Plus,
so.
they totally could have called it Gears of 4, and they didn't. So
I
you're
was
off the list.
I was
That
blown
actually
away
is a
that they.
plus
Yeah.
in my book, but yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's just for stupidity factor. Like it would have been so hilarious. Gears of 4,
A little too many quits.
or the A in War should have been the 4.
Remember
I feel like for a discussion,
three
this
or
is
whatever they did?
bad.
It's weird.
F3-er?
It's just not working.
Ben's too far away.
Yeah, Ben's too far away.
Lay
Can we-
across our laps,
Yeah.
Ben.
I think Doom is pretty good.
Can you pull
We
up
can
a
hit-
chair like right over there?
Ben, we'll swap for RPG. We'll get Ben
Well,
on the
I mean,
we'll get Ben
I
on the
wanna
couch
talk
for
about other
RPG.
things.
No, Ben.
RPGs on.
Know your place, Ben.
Damn, dude.
You just gotta talk loud like blood.
Ben, is Quantum Break a shooter? Are we gonna?
I barely played Quantum Break. I have no opinion on Quantum Break.
I love Quantum
You're
Break.
the only one who beat it. I played a lot
I
of
love it.
Because we don't have an action adventure. We're not doing that tonight, right?
How many?
Yeah, like I said, we're gonna like split hairs and put every category in the world on here. So just ones that we want to have a good conversation on.
I mean, I can't see it
It's so
taking
weird.
a spot.
It's so weird to have Uncharted and Quantum Break on this list. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should move it.
I can't see it taking a spot.
But that brings us to something I definitely want Ben Moore's opinion on: Titanfall 2.
Sell it, man.
I feel like for me that gets my vote for best shooter of the year, and it every time I talk about Titanfall 2, it's like people don't believe it's as good as it is. Like I think it is the
Right.
best multiplayer of the year. Like it. I don't think there's any shooter out there right now that feels as good as Titanfall 2, and the fact that actually did something with its campaign. Like, you can't point to any other game and be like, oh, this is what it's doing. It's not doing the Call of Duty thing. It's not doing the Battlefield thing. Like, there are weird puzzle sections in Titanfall 2. There are moments where you go back in time in a really correct way. Like, it's just so aggressively creative that I love it.
Dang.
I love it on every level.
I also believe Kyle liked it.
He is not. I just talked to him about it. He's not as keen on it as Ben is.
Okay.
Oh.
As Titanfall? That's fair.
It seems
I
cool.
just
I
really
haven't
liked
played
it.
it.
No, he liked it, but I mean, I don't think it's like I don't think he wanted to be like nominated for Game of the Year or anything like that.
I've also been playing some Overwatch.
But he's
and
not
that's
here,
pretty
so
good.
you
Correct.
can, you can actually
Correct.
say
I've
Kyle
heard
said
of
whatever.
Overwatch.
You know what I
It's
mean?
very good.
Yeah, yeah.
I would take this opportunity right now to put whatever words into Kyle's mouth if you would want to,
Okay.
because he's not here.
He's a liar. He
Um,
lies all the time.
yeah,
Liar
Kyle doesn't play shooters.
The
coward?
only thing, and it's not fair to say it, but like I think the Doom single player campaign is the best shooter campaign of the year. Like it's not even close for me.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
honestly.
I agree.
I mean, yeah.
But
It's good as fuck.
but Titanfall 2 is the only game on that list where I think both components are really, really, really good.
Cool.
Like I think
Solid.
the multiplayer in Doom is
Lackluster.
lackluster. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, I think that the multiplayer in Doom is lackluster.
and the campaign in Battlefield is only okay.
It's okay. At least it makes, like, we're talking about war and killing people. At least Battlefield makes me stop and think about that, which I really appreciate. It makes it, like, covers different countries and different types of soldiers in this war and, like, what it means to be a part of war, which is important for a war game, especially, like, a historically accurate one. But in terms of, like, a video game, like, it was just okay for me.
Well, that's that.
So
The campaign.
So we're down between Battlefield 1, Doom, Overwatch, and Titanfall 2.
Yeah, I was.
We didn't talk about Overwatch at all because I just figured that would
Yeah,
automatically
it's on the
get,
list.
Yeah.
get the nom because
Yeah, I was.
it was that. Out of all of these, I didn't hear more. I heard more about Overwatch than any other game on this list.
Yowza.
Just constantly over and over and over and over. And
I
over.
don't like
I
this
don't-
category.
I don't know
It's-
how it factors into the conversation, but I think something important to say about Overwatch is the way that they've updated that game, how receptive they've been to player feedback, and how willing they are to make drastic changes, and how they're constantly updating it. Like,
Yeah.
What are
the
they
amount of-
updating? I'm sorry.
What's up?
They balance it a
they're
lot,
adding new
they-
modes, new maps,
yeah.
new heroes. They're
Oh, okay.
they're doing balance changes all the time.
And to old heroes, they just changed Symmetra's like abilities.
I feel like they've been
plays
really,
different now.
really good at communicating with their audience, and I think that's worth commending for sure.
Totally.
It lives and breathes.
That, like, I enjoy Battlefield multiplayer so much more than Overwatch, but getting that stuff out is so slow. Like, the Giants Shadow map is like one new map in the first couple months of the game, and then the next map pack after that I think is in 2 more months. Whereas Overwatch, despite not adding a bunch of maps or heroes, they're constantly tweaking things.
Yeah, so you could look at Overwatch and you say they didn't add like a ton of new maps,
Yeah.
but it's like they add a map and then they add like this new mode, or
Yeah.
here they're having this summer event.
The arcade mode
Right,
is amazing.
right.
Halloween, Christmas just started today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Definitely
How many
more
maps
support.
have they added? 3? Counting the 3v3
Probably,
maps?
The
The castle and then the 2 3v3 maps?
Mhm.
Or is there
Bad.
just one 3v3 map?
There's
just-
one.
The
There's the
little
ice one, yeah.
Yeah.
How has Titanfall been on that stuff? Oh, they've been. Have they
I
done
hate
much?
this category.
So they've just started talking
Get it
about
out of the way,
their
Hubert.
new
First
map
one.
pack, and they're not charging for maps, which I think is really cool. They did.
I feel like
There are
that's
cosmetic things
that's
that
the
you can pay
trend.
for.
Like people aren't charging for maps, but they're doing weird things like what Gears is doing, where they like you have a rotation of maps and then they take them out of the rotation unless you have the season pass. It's like they take things away from you. It's like really
What?
weird.
Like a MOBA.
Whoa, she's eating the stuff in this. Is that bad?
Don't let her eat
yeah,
anything.
here.
Yeah.
So yeah,
She's
bring
like
it over.
eating it.
Yep, the owl has lost its
That
legs.
rip
Yeah,
owl,
already-
dude. Like,
already
yeah.
dead.
20 minutes.
Dead.
Oh my god.
Sophie,
Did
you
itself.
little killer.
You know,
Murdered.
Hubert, this is how GOTY 2016 has felt for me. I want to give it to Titanfall, Battlefield, and Overwatch,
I know,
and Doom.
I
like
know.
all for different equal
Me too.
reasons.
I hate this
Like,
category.
If we don't give it to Doom, I'll be upset. If we don't give it to Titanfall, I'll be upset. If we don't give it to Overwatch, I'll be upset. Like it's weird just
Well,
picking one.
So could
'cause
we
they're
be
all so
like
different?
best shooter campaign is between Doom and Titanfall? Best multiplayer.
We can do
is
whatever the
Overwatch.
heck we want,
can
baby.
do whatever we
We
want.
don't even have to pick
We
one.
could subdivide the best
Yeah.
shooter category because like Overwatch, best multiplayer maybe,
Best
Best-
multiplayer Overwatch?
best campaign Doom.
Overwatch?
Maybe?
It's between
I think
Overwatch
best
and Battlefield.
campaign is Doom.
I think best
that
campaign is Doom.
I think best campaign is Doom.
One thing
Best
I'll say
campaign
about
is Doom.
Overwatch, it's the only game I still come back to over and
Right.
over and over again. And I have been since closed beta, and I'm still playing that game.
There's no, I'm not upset.
That's not upset.
No, it's
Clicking
upset.
weird things.
No, I know. People, it's just chat.
They're throwing gas.
I
They're
almost
throwing
wish chat
gas.
wasn't here. So
They're
it's
throwing
just
gas. Kyle made it.
Oh,
made it.
Who's that?
Oh.
Kyle's holding a copy of Titanfall 2.
Wow, casting his vote.
Casting his vote.
Best shooter of the year. Are we doing shooter?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Cool.
What is it?
What is your best shooter? We're down between Battlefield,
But
Doom,
Kyle doesn't play
Overwatch, and
multiplayer,
Titanfall.
so
Yeah, I don't.
Well, he still can vote.
So,
for
like
his
Battlefield
favorite
1.
shooter.
Is
Yeah,
it Doom or
Overwatch.
Titanfall then?
Really good.
Titanfall.
Alright, he says
Wow.
Titanfall. He's wrong. Because we already said
On
Wait,
campaign.
Are we
best
actually
campaign?
doing campaign and multiplayer?
Well,
Are we
we
doing that?
I was just writing down notes. We said Doom had the best campaign. I'm putting Overwatch as the best multiplayer, but I don't know if anybody wanted to.
Why don't we just vote
Contest
on
that.
it?
I really.
seems-
Is
I think-
Overwatch a shooter?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
What?
baby.
Here we go. Someone make a bet.
Oh no.
Kyle
more of
doesn't
like a
think
hero game.
Overwatch is a shooter.
It's a hero shooter, which never.
It's a
really
puzzle
first person.
platformer.
If it's a shooter, my vote goes to Overwatch.
Oh,
Why
okay.
wouldn't it be a
What
shooter?
else would it be? I want to know what you.
Yeah, what else
define.
is it?
I'm actually super big on the idea of splitting up the multiplayer and the campaign.
Me too.
That's just me.
All right.
Me too.
We can do that.
Go back.
Anybody
Me
pick
too.
anybody think a campaign was better than Doom?
No way.
No.
No way.
chance.
No.
Doom, best
Campaign.
campaign.
Doom best campaign.
Doom
Yeah.
best campaign.
Yeah. We're easy allies, and we make awards we want to make. Yeah.
Best shooter campaign. Best multiplayer though. Is it Overwatch, Titanfall, or Battlefield?
I think Overwatch represents the Easy Allies as a whole better than Titanfall does. I think Overwatch had a bigger impact on us overall. Like I'm super into Titanfall and I'll keep being super into Titanfall, but you know,
Why don't we
Ian
just
loved
vote?
it and he doesn't play shooters, and that's not even a slight. Like you loved it.
Yeah.
And Brad, you're still playing
Overwatch.
Overwatch.
I want Battlefield, but I feel alone.
I really
are
like
alone.
Battlefield. I could see.
I mean, I like Battlefield. I just don't like it as much.
All
we
right.
could do Overwatch best multiplayer, Doom best campaign, Titanfall 2 best combo.
Yeah,
best,
but most
best
balanced.
overall.
Most balanced.
Best overall.
Best shooter set in World War One.
yeah, best shooter set World War Battlefield 1.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
Overwatch somehow.
should I jump ahead to this category as long as we're on that
Which?
topic?
What is it?
Not the U5.
Oh.
I don't
No, he's got them in order.
I don't have
Okay.
the last
Oh my god, I
filled
can't believe
out
they
yet.
actually.
Okay.
That's the
Unless
thing I'm
there's
most
like
excited
cam
for.
footage, I can just go to.
All right, next category.
Wait,
Wait,
so what one?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, can we do a brief recap?
Sure. We just did one. We just did one category.
Nothing
We
won
stalled
best
for you, Kyle.
multiplayer.
We
You
stalled
the whole
with presents for
Dude,
35
We did
minutes.
presents.
Oh, multiplayer
Yeah.
was Overwatch.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can I-
Yeah.
Within the shooter category.
Yeah.
Within so
I
it's
put
best
best
shooter,
shooter-
multiplayer,
Yes.
Overwatch, campaign, Doom.
Wait,
I
so
already
Overwatch
did.
wins?
Yes.
Overwatch wins multiplayer.
You lose.
Yeah. Arguing isn't even.
Julius. So every year there's like a thing. Every year, so we had the year of Luigi. We had like the year of the bow a year or two back. It was fantastic. It was that first Tomb Raider year where just everybody was rocking bows.
Rockin' bows.
This year,
Oh my God, Kyle.
this year seems to be the year of the owl. And so we felt we needed to award 4 owls from this year thusly. And try to figure out what I have really strong emotions about what I think the best owl is. It probably comes down between 2 solid ones.
You gotta read
we
them
have
all.
we have Marquise's owl from Battleborn.
Nope.
I know you love Marquise.
Can we look at an image of whatever that is?
Marquise
let's just look that up now,
Marquis is
man.
the gold guy.
Before I
Marquis is
vote, I
the
need to
second
see an
Battleborn
image
character
of
we
what
ever
it is.
saw.
Tell us what the owl does, Brandon.
The owl,
I got box cover.
the owl flies around and does something. I don't
Don't make
remember.
Damiani look up
What's the name
Battleborn.
of this stuff?
Marquise?
Marquis, Marquis from Battleborn. His owl
British
flies
people
around. And
pronounce that word Marquis.
Marquis.
Really?
Americans say Marquis
Okay.
because that's right.
There's no owl. It's the robot.
It's a robot, but he has a
It's
little
a robot
companion.
owl.
He has a robot owl. It's
Alright.
fine,
There's no
Damiani.
good shots.
There was an owl.
waiting with
There is an owl
anticipation.
in Far Cry Primal, which was released in January of 2016. You can send it, to mark stuff. The owl itself does not have a ton of personality, but it does exist in that game, and it is an owl.
Eliminated.
There is an owl with a ton of
Yeah.
personality in Owlboy named Otis. Otus. I'm guessing is the central character. Are there other owls? There are multiple
Oh
owls.
yeah,
Oh,
the
that-
whole
owl
thing's
people?
about owls.
It's like
There's a lot of
mostly owls and then like humans.
So are we just giving it to Otis because Otis is the lead, or is Otis the best owl in Owlboy?
He's a
Best
great
owl.
owl.
He's a great owl.
Yeah, I mean it is largely because he's the lead, but he's a great character.
Okay.
His teacher is not.
Yeah.
His teacher is a jerk for no perceivable reason whatsoever. There's no.
True.
At any point in the game, you find out why his teacher is such a jerk to him.
He's had a bad
Wow.
life.
Yeah, did it need a reason? Do you have a reason?
No.
I like this.
Um,
I was born like this.
Stuff right here.
and finally, an owl that is beloved by many, Rowlet.
Wait, are you just cutting the other one out entirely?
No, we
did,
talked about
did
it.
Marquis and then
Just
owl
went out
and
of order.
Otis and
The owl from Far Cry
I'm
Primal?
building. Yeah, yeah.
Did you say it?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
owl
yeah,
Far
it
Cry
said
Primal
it.
flies around and marks
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh.
Does not
I
love
thought you were
personality.
talking about the
I
stupid
believe I was
Battleborn
looking
one.
at you when I said it.
I thought you were talking about the Battleborn one.
And Rowlet from Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Is that the starter Pokemon?
Yep.
Love
So
that
it's
guy.
between Otis and Rowlet. For
Yeah,
sure.
Pretty
Sure,
much,
yeah.
Yeah.
Otis.
Rowlet, man.
Do you want to tell us about Rowlet a little bit?
Yeah.
Neither of us have Rowlet.
Gotta
Neither
talk
of us
loud if
picked
you're sitting
Rowlet.
over there.
Really?
Thank you, Pyro Irony,
Hi,
for
Rowlet.
subscribing. Rowlet is a little cutie pie. Pokemon already has an owl Pokemon called Hoothoot,
Okay.
who sucks.
Hoot
He
Hoot.
sucks. Rowlet undoes all of what Hoothoot did wrong.
That's a terrible name. Hoot Hoot?
Hoot
Yeah.
Redemption.
Yeah.
Oh, Hoot Hoot.
Yeah. Hoothoot.
It's Pokemon. What do you expect?
That's terrible.
Yeah.
It's better than Hoot Hoot, which is what I thought it was at first.
And so any of the
I would read that as Hooth Oot.
any of the starter
Hoothoot.
Pokemon are really strong this
There
year
might be a
because
space.
of the
That's
way
just
you
'cause
select
you're
them.
both feet.
The way you select a Pokemon this time is that it has to choose you. And that moment of you holding up a Rowlet who walked over to you and said, "I want you to be my master," is emotional.
Does he say, I choose you?
It doesn't speak English.
Oh.
Thank you, Kylan, for subscribing.
Rowlet's evolutions are also really good.
I haven't seen him yet.
Rowlet's second evolution, every time I see him, I'm reminded of Ian Hank because he'll do like this really powerful move,
Whoa.
and then he'll flick his hair, and I'm like, oh,
Is that who you
yeah.
picked?
I gotta look him up.
I picked Rowlet.
I gotta look him up.
Man.
Don not coming.
Oh.
Damn it.
Ben, have you played Owlboy?
Yeah.
I think
Oh, yeah.
I think you might be the furthest into both of these games. I think you might have to be the tiebreaker here.
As Kyle said, Rowlet is a cutie pie. He gets my vote.
All right.
Rowlet.
I think it might have.
That
I think it
sells
might
me.
be Rowlet. As much as we love Owlboy,
Yeah,
And it's wonderful
Owlboy,
as a
and I think I'm going
surprise.
Rowlet.
Like, I want Rowlet to sleep on the foot of my bed.
Yeah.
You know? Just like,
No, he needs a perch.
If I had
oh
a
yeah, a little
Rowlet in real
perch next,
life,
yeah.
he needs a perch.
I would just stop everything I'm doing to make sure that Rowlet is happy.
Yeah,
You know,
me
that
too.
would be my life goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Myzek just subscribed to way old GT.
Oh,
fan.
yeah.
I want to
Okay.
share something very funny. Because Twitch has a new Autobot
Yes.
Yeah.
that pulls things that are inappropriate. If you type in Pokemon S&M, Autobot takes that message.
My God.
Even if
Dude.
you have great intentions, you cannot say Pokemon S&M in Twitch chat.
They've
my
all been
God.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
all
Rowlet
the Japanese
rules.
terms for anything is like waifu.
Look at
flag.
that.
Yeah.
It's just you. It's just
Rowlet.
Waifu
Yeah,
gets
Rowlet.
flagged?
Waifu got flagged for being sexist.
Waifu
Dude.
gets flagged. Foursome
There's
got
there's
flagged.
four- There's 4 settings. So
I
it's
want
in
to go
the-
into
it's in
the
the
chat
middle
just
right
to
now.
type Pokemon.
Whoa.
So probably
proven wrong.
reducing it.
They fixed it, sir.
Next,
Kim's
the
just
next
did
category.
There they go.
Oh, if you do a slash, it gets. Oh, wow.
Osman, wrong again.
I love that you can do
Oh,
that to
except
chat.
that
like,
one got flagged.
Let me tell you this thing that'll get you banned.
If you capitalize
everyone does it.
Pokemon.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
S and M.
It's just
and
random.
What the
Wow.
Oh, the Autobot is losing it right now.
What if you
Turn
type?
that thing off.
What if you type Pokemon Sadomasochist?
Oh, waifu S&M. Wow.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I'm just gonna turn it down right now.
That's so good.
Yeah, turn that
I'm gonna
off.
set it down to 1, like the minimum setting. See if that
Yeah.
doesn't do
Minimum.
anything.
Safe distance.
Maybe not bring that up again. Kyle.
Sadomasochist is Rowlet, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Rowlet.
Rowlet.
Yeah.
Best owl
Best
goes
owl.
Oh,
to.
I already put it.
Rowlet.
That's all Rowlet. All right,
And now we are moving on to a category that I am woefully underprepared for. I would like to maybe get a Daniel Bloodworth or a Ben Moore or both up onto the couch to discuss the
I
best
played like
role-playing
2
game of 2016.
I think Huber and Brad gotta be up
Yes.
here too.
All right.
Okay. How many? Wait, what's on the
Oh,
list?
don't worry.
Step up
Apparently,
then.
we don't know anything about RPGs.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
no.
apparently the rest of you are hot
I
garbage.
get up there. I'll stay back here. I
Put
gotta manage the
Damiani on the
laptop
couch,
anyway.
too.
I building out this stuff.
Damiani's
alright.
working.
What do you guys
Anything
want?
to not get in front of the camera.
Yeah.
All right, so let's read the nominees for best role-playing video game of 2016.
And the nominees are
Dark Souls 3.
Deus Ex: Mankind Divided,
Final Fantasy 15.
I am Setsuna.
Hi, Setsuna.
Monster Hunter Generations. Like an award show.
Yeah.
Pokemon Sun and Moon, but don't type that in chat.
You can type it in.
Shin Megami Tensei 4: Apocalypse,
Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE.
Sharp.
Sharp.
Nice.
Sharp. I'm glad you got that
Hashtag.
one.
Why that one and not Digimon?
Digimon.
We got a write-in.
Digimon.
write-in.
Cyber Sleuth.
Come on.
Hold on. Last minute
Bloods on
edition.
Tilt.
Digimon Cyber Sleuth.
Digimon
Oh,
Story.
okay.
Cyber Sleuth.
Hold on. We gotta do
I
it the
won't
proper
hear.
treatment. We gotta do. If you could please.
People being surprised right now.
Digimon
We all
Story.
hilarious.
Cyber Sleuth.
We got to write in. Okay, so just one more time, I'm going to read through them all really quickly so they can be fresh in our minds. So, competing for Best RPG this year, we have Dark Souls 3, Deus Ex Mankind Divided, Final Fantasy 15, I Am Setsuna, Monster Hunter Generations. I didn't even put that on there. It's great to see it there. Monster Hunter Generations, Pokemon Sun and Moon, Shin Megami Tensei 4, Apocalypse, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Sharp FE, Digimon Cyber Sleuth.
Digimon Story.
Digimon
Cyber
Story,
Sleuth.
I'm sorry, Cyber Sleuth. Yes, thank you.
Uh,
Is there anything that immediately we can cut?
Tokyo Mirage, Shin Megami, Monster Hunter, and Digimon
I
Cyber
think
Sleuth.
I Am Setsuna we can safely cut.
And
It's
I Am
good,
Setsuna.
but
Yeah, you
it's
can cut.
not gonna compete.
You reviewed it. You
I
played it more
reviewed
than
it.
anybody.
I
And
reviewed it. You
you're
can cut it.
okay. So is there anything you want to say about I Am Setsuna?
Great game. Has some problems, but really fun. Real throwback to the golden, or close to the golden era of RPGs, I would say. If you're big on Super Nintendo RPGs and PS1, give it a shot. It's a lovely little game.
Give it a shot.
Promising direction for Tokyo RPG Factory.
Yeah, totally.
If they
Yeah.
did another game, I don't think they made a lot of money off it.
Oh. They're here to stay.
I hope so.
yeah.
I hope so. Great
Yeah.
first step.
Can we say no to Blood and Wine, which I see a lot in chat?
Yeah, I intentionally have it in the expansion category later.
We have a different category where that fits.
So it'll get its dues.
Yeah.
It'll get its dues.
It's not a
Okay.
game. It's not a standalone game.
Yeah.
Game Awards. It's not a standalone game.
Jurassic Cold Steel 2 is out because basically none of us have played even Ben, who
Yep.
wants to play it the most.
Yep. That's why. So I just
Kyle, you
missed
gotta
that
be
there.
louder. You gotta sit back here.
Tyranny.
Boy, this is tough, man.
It's really tough.
This is really tough.
It's between 15
You want to
and
cut 15?
No, it's
Oh, okay.
in.
for me it's
15.
Yeah.
between 15 and Dark Souls 3.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
definitely the
That's where
matchup.
this is headed.
That-
Yeah.
All right.
That's-
So let's
let's
just
just-
go to this. Let's
Let's
not do
just
this
save
one by
ourselves
one.
45 minutes
Yeah.
and just go to Dark Souls and Final
It's
Fantasy.
always hard to think of
Sure.
Dark Souls 3 as an RPG, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like weird.
It isn't for me
It's
at
an
all.
adventure.
I actually had the conversation.
But is
chat
it in
earlier.
any other category?
Can I just say something about one game before we move into the Dark Souls 3
Yeah.
Final Fantasy
No.
15
Sure.
category? I feel like Tokyo Mirage Test and Sharp FE has a weird name, is a weird thing, and
First time
is
I've
on the
ever heard
Wii
of it.
is on the Wii U, and so it hasn't gotten any attention. But it's a mashup game that I really love because it's not just like constantly in your face, like look at all this Fire Emblem stuff, look at all this Shin Megami Tensei stuff. It has a really wonderful battle system, a super colorful, fun world, and a great story that's its own thing, that it goes out of its way to be its own thing, and I really like it. I think that game deserves some attention, so if you get a chance to play it, please do. That's all I wanted to say.
Was that the Japanese name? Did they keep the Japanese name?
No,
No.
it's even
Oh, no.
crazier.
It's even crazy.
I was like, that name is nuts, and I appreciate how crazy it is.
Yeah, it's good. I think it's going to be forgotten because of its platform, and that's a bit of a bummer. I think it's better than that.
So Fire Emblem Fates is a weird one because it's right on the line as well. So I put it into strategy rather than an RPG, but you could put it in either one. That's an easy argument either way.
The lines blur.
I really like Dark Souls 3 and Final Fantasy 15 a
Me
lot.
too.
In fact, I gave them the same score.
Yeah, I don't know here.
But had Dark Souls had no frame rate issues when you reviewed it,
I'm
would
going
the
Dark
score
Souls
have been
3.
up?
I'm
The
making a hard
the thing
stance.
is like the frame rate wasn't like as much of a
Oh.
sticking point as
I
I,
like
think
it,
it
Hugh.
seems.
Yeah, I'm making a hard
Make
stance.
a hard stance.
Dark Souls 3.
15, unbelievable game. I absolutely adore it. It's got some rough edges, but the thing is like, I give so many games just free passes on things.
Yeah.
15, the blemishes are such a non-issue for me.
Sure.
Beauty marks.
Yeah, Little Beauty. Honestly, Little Beauty. There was never a time when I was ever annoyed by any little thing in 15.
You know one thing that I like? I actually just started getting into it. One thing I like about 15 that you don't get in a lot of games with these big open spaces is that I can see enemies from a long way away.
Yeah.
They don't just start fading in.
Totally good
when I
draw
walk close to
distance.
them. Yeah.
Luminous engine.
Yeah,
At least so far.
Same
Yeah.
same in Dark Souls 3. You
But,
see those enemies from
I just-
everywhere.
yeah.
I-
Like
Sorry, go ahead.
just. Oh god, this is so hard. I still am gonna give it to Dark Souls 3 though. I
You
think
think
it's
it's-
just.
Yeah.
It's my favorite Dark Souls game. It obviously doesn't have the impact that Dark Souls 1 had.
Right.
15 has that impact because it's like, whoa, this new Final Fantasy, this whole big new style of Final Fantasy. For Dark Souls 3, it does feel similar to the other Souls games, but everything is just so refined and so just dialed in.
Culmination.
It is the culmination.
It's a culmination.
It's the absolute culmination of Dark Souls.
What's interesting, I think, and I think it's worth bringing up when we're comparing Final Fantasy 15 and Dark Souls 3, is I think for me, Final Fantasy 15 is the game I was the most emotionally connected to. Like, I felt something for those characters in
Yeah.
the way that I didn't in almost any other game. Not all of them. We'll get to that later. But what's weird is when you talk about Final Fantasy 15, it's like you have to kind of bring up this list of stuff that you can't ignore. Like, there are some story problems, there's
Yeah.
some pacing problems, there's
Totally.
some gameplay problems, whereas I feel like when we're talking about Dark Souls 3...
There's no problem.
I don't immediately jump to
No
like
problem.
this big
Zero.
glaring issue in
Yeah.
every area in the game.
Lips don't move.
Oh god.
That's true.
We
The
don't
lips
care.
do not move.
Only
Lips do not
Jones
move.
cares about
Yeah.
that.
The lips do
Jones
not
is
move.
right there.
Jones, do you care that the lips don't move in Dark Souls 3?
Dark Souls 3 gets my vote over 15.
Okay. All right.
Correct.
Yeah, I gotta give it to 3.
All right, so let's show of hands.
Wait. I want to see what Brad has to say. He's very
much.
into
These are
both.
like 2 of his favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
Who shall Brad betray?
Yeah, someone's getting
It feels. I will say this about 15. If we do pick Dark Souls 3, I still
I
feel
love
kind
them
of
both.
bad.
This is a uniquely shitty position for Brad to
Yeah.
be in. I never
Yeah.
actually noticed this.
There's things
Yeah.
I like about each different. Like for Dark Souls 3, it was a disappointment in some ways, like story wise and everything like that.
That's a good point, actually.
Some of the bosses I wasn't super keen on. But I
Deacons
did
of the
like
Deep.
with Ben. I had the same attachment to these characters.
In
Like
15.
I deeply cared about these characters, but 15 does have some problems.
I know people think it's a little ludicrous to bring up, but I actually totally agree with you, Brad. The narrative in Dark Souls 3, it was kind of the first time where I didn't care enough to piece together the whole story. It just didn't hit me as hard as Demon Souls.
Well, I
or
cared
Dark
about
Souls
it way
did.
more than 2. I'll just say
Yeah.
that.
Okay,
Way more than
all right,
2.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
And
I
some
agree with that.
Dude,
I agree with
some
that.
sick callbacks, like when you see Hawkeye, right? Hawkeye Goth, is he up there? Or
No.
it's the armor dude.
It's another giant.
The armor smith.
They're in
Andre?
Anne Orlando.
Andre.
Well, there's Andre up there, but then the
But
giant,
it's like they
the
do
giant
stuff like,
blacksmith when
but
he's
they,
like
they
sitting
do
there,
stuff
yeah.
like that, but it has like no. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter if it's
Yeah.
him or someone else.
Dude,
really.
no, I
Like Ornstein
I
and Smo's
100%
chamber?
I 100% disagree. Like
Yeah, it mattered to me. I
the
stopped
most
there. For
the
like,
most emotional moment in games this year for me was when I realized that I was standing in front of the spider like the sister of
That's not what I was just talking about. Andre specifically, not that. Like, there's cool. There's like
Yeah,
there
yeah,
is like
no.
some closure to Dark Souls 1,
But
which
like
is great.
when you see the giant blacksmith like corpse, and when you see the spider lady corpse, I'm just like, oh
Fair
god.
lady, yeah.
Member berries. Cool story.
Kyle, I'm gonna punch you in the
remember.
face.
I remember Blacksmith. This is RPG. You got to talk about stories. Stories are a huge part of RPGs.
Yeah.
It's not just because
yeah,
I
why don't we have
remember a
Damiani
thing.
weigh in on that 15
Damiani.
story?
God, I hate Star Wars.
Damiani, weigh in the 15
Yeah,
story.
Quaylana.
Is this a spoiler cast? Mm-hmm. Are we in spoiler territory? Let me say
No.
this, and then I can come
We're not in spoiler
I
territory.
mean, there are
haven't started.
characters. There are characters in
spoilers.
15
Then I
that.
can't rant as much as I want, but other than I think Final Fantasy.
Get it? You gotta get up.
Yeah, get in here, Damiani.
Get it,
Do you want my spot? Here, sit down.
Let's come back here. So this will be short. For me in an RPG, story is a significant part of the game experience for me. I think I actually told Huber sometimes it weighs as much as a third of like the whole experience for me. I know you hate that word, Kyle, but like in an RPG, I expect like the story to keep me going in the game.
Yeah, if you're playing for 50
And
hours, you want to be attached.
I felt the game. I don't like 15 story. I have a lot of problems that I think the end of the game, the last third, after a certain part of the game, is just trash because I cannot. Things just happen where I do not have enough information to process what's going on. I'm just going on there telling me shit is happening. And too many times I've been told, go, you should watch this. Go read this. I'm like, no, like,
Yeah.
this is bad.
Yeah.
And then even when I knew what the story was, I don't think it's that good. So it really bugs me that game was torn up and thrown into so many different parts, like a movie, an anime. There's a audio thing that got turned into a prologue that you got to go read. And I'm sure in a year when they patch all the story back into it, how it's supposed to be, it'll be great or something, or be more coherent. But right now, no.
This year.
No, it's not that. Like, and that's just one of my problems with the game, and but that's a significant problem. So any other game that like is as like hearing you guys talk about Dark Souls, like I would like. Sorry, Dark Souls to me sounds like a better overall game.
Well, and Dark Souls, like the narrative style of the Souls games, for me personally, is what I love most in games where it's more lore than story. And discovering it or not discovering it is more on the player than just being fed a thing. And I really love that. So to me, seeing the corpse of Quaylana is like a hugely impactful emotional
And
thing.
the Ornstein and Smo like chamber,
Right,
where you
and
go
like,
in there and have another boss fight.
Yeah, and the boss fight's amazing. And like stuff like that to me hits me way harder because I discover it and it's on me to be like, oh, that's the meaning of this. Like, that's crazy. The implications of that are super awesome. Whereas, like, some guy being like, this is the king or whatever. I'm
And
like,
hands down, my favorite moment in a video game this year is the inverse
Thank you, Indiana.
of Anne Orlando in Dark Souls 1. When you get there and you see it and you're like, oh shit. Dark Souls 3, you're there and then you look back
Yeah.
the other way and you see everywhere you've been on the journey so far in the game. It was unbelievable.
I have no
Super
problem
good.
with Dark Souls
Yeah.
winning this. I just think Dark Souls has like some shitty areas in that game. Like Lost Izalith is a huge disappointment for me in that entire game. I thought it was terrible going through that whole area. I hated Smoldering Lake. It missed a few things for me, but like these are like kind of the same for me. Like these both have really great strengths but problems.
That
I guess I have no
centipede was
problem
cool,
with
though.
very close Dark Souls 3 winning though.
It's close.
It sounds
but
like we've
It's
reached
pretty
a consensus.
clearly Dark Souls 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if we were still close, we could talk about each game's combat.
I mean, all of
And
us have
think-
basically said Dark Souls 3, so I think
would
that
think-
means it's Dark Souls
I
3.
would think Dark Souls combat. I love Final
Yeah,
Fantasy combat,
There's no- you can't.
Yeah, I get you. I do feel like the combat is trying to do very different things.
Of
I'm not
course.
going to disagree
Yeah.
with you that I much prefer Dark Souls combat, but yeah.
they're both
it's-
a large part of each game.
Yeah,
Combat
absolutely. That's totally true. All right, so Dark Souls 3 wins. Well deserved. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Now this next one, we can definitely use some more suggestions if anyone has suggestions.
This is my second favorite category.
Me
of the
too, I
night.
love
This
this.
is so
Yeah.
good. So yeah,
I'm ready to fight.
Do you
Let's
want
go.
to? Do you want to read this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Best beta / alpha / demo. Final Fantasy 15 Platinum Demo.
No.
No.
The platinum demo?
Yeah.
It was awful.
Oh man! All right.
Oh, episode Duske should be on this too, right?
That was
That
was last year.
Oh yeah, baby.
It was a
Oh
long time
yeah.
ago.
Let
Yeah.
it sink in, Jerome.
Yeah.
Let it sink in.
Okay. Next up, For Honor Alpha. Next.
Chat knows.
This is a good category.
Next up, Neo
That's
Alpha.
it. I will not hear
and
anything else. I
Beta.
will not hear anything else other than
Alpha
Neo.
and Beta.
No way.
Next up, Resident Evil 7 Beginning Hour, all 3 parts.
Okay.
It was updated like 2 or 3 times.
Comparing the
Neo.
RE7 demo to Neo is
Yeah.
hilarious.
Is there anything else?
It actually makes me laugh out loud.
Parappa the Rapper had a good demo.
Okay. I mean, it was a
I mean,
good
it's a
demo
demo.
because it
No,
was.
I'm just reading chat.
Okay. I just thought it was funny. that's
Bloodworth
all.
screamed about more.
I'll get this
nominees.
down to 2 or 3 real quick.
Oh, Judgment Disc.
Resident
okay.
Evil 7, I absolutely love it, and I love that it was kind of an experiment and this own unique thing that will probably not be in the main game. I've heard kind of conflicting reports that it's his own isolated thing. It was kind of this journey, this couple month long journey we went on. It started out weird with the dummy finger. They
better
should have
write what I'm
immediately said, "Yo, we're gonna be updating this periodically." When we knew that, it became a much better
Gwent.
slice of it.
The Gwent beta's out right now. That's
but-
worth
Writing
putting
it
on.
in.
Yeah, overall, I would probably cut Resident Evil despite it
Okay,
being
so
awesome.
we have 2 write-ins. One was from chat, which is excellent. Dragon Quest Builders, I think, had a really great demo.
Yeah.
For me,
Oh.
personally,
Oh, good demo.
That
Yeah.
demo actively made me not ever want to play that game.
I think it was very representative of the game. So, all right.
So it was a
There
good,
you go.
good demo.
Good demo.
Great demo. Great demo.
And the Gwent beta.
Outlast
Outlast
2.
2 is a good write-in.
Great
Thank
slice.
you guys.
Great slice of that game.
I also want to give chat a great credit for a great joke, which was No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Still in beta. Still in beta.
Hold on, chat.
You're right.
Overwatch 2.
Oh, the Overwatch beta. Yeah.
Overwatch
good beta.
is it Pokemon. Anyone feeling Pokemon?
Well, we were playing it before that year started, so I don't think
The
it matters
Pokemon
to
demo
us.
was good. Sure, we can write it in.
For me, it's
absolutely.
For Honor and
So,
Neo.
Hugh,
Yeah, it's For Honor and Neo. That's
How do you
all.
win
We,
this?
It
like,
really is.
How do you win this
Oh,
category?
Gwent is really great.
I think Neo wins.
I feel like
Neo.
the requirement to win this category is this got
5
you
demo.
more hyped, way
Yeah.
more hyped
Yeah.
to play the finished product,
yeah.
and it represented the game in a truthful way.
Give it to Neo.
Yeah.
It's really between Neo and For Honor for me.
I definitely put more time in Neo Alpha
Yeah.
than many games this year.
Neo!
I played
No.
the
I
Neo
think-
beta for like 20
I
hours.
think the
I
Neo
did-
beta is one of the best games I've played.
Yeah,
this
it's the
year.
best
But
game
the
of the year.
same,
That beta is one of my favorite gaming memories of 2016.
It is.
Yeah.
It is like.
If you
Yeah.
guys would
I
have
think
let
it's.
me,
I think it's unassailable.
if you guys would have let me, I would have put Neo beta on for GOTY nomination.
Neo-
I was
For
the
real.
same with For Honor.
no, it's.
I
it's
loved
amazing.
For Honor too.
Yeah.
I like that For Honor was like Neo was you getting through this thing, whereas For Honor, like the duels, the online duels you can do, it was you could release just that as its own game.
Sure.
The
Yeah.
For Honor
Yeah.
Alpha one-on-one duels. Neo had like a beginning, middle, and end, whereas For Honor was kind of just this
I mean,
fight.
yeah, but Neo is a beginning and middle and end game, whereas
Yeah.
For Honor
Right.
is a fight.
Of course.
You know,
Well,
it's
For
just
Honor
the
does
way
have a
it's
campaign as well, but yeah.
We're just talking
Right.
about the
Right,
yeah.
right.
They were both
Nice.
amazing, and the fact that you could that beating Neo's Alpha and Beta
Oh yeah.
gives you something in the main
Yes.
game.
Mark,
It's like
yeah,
a
yeah.
mark of honor for beating this thing because it's so
I
hard.
mean, you get
It's
that. In,
actually
you get
called
that
that,
in
isn't it?
Neo as well.
That's what I said,
Oh, sorry, I
Neo.
thought you were
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
For
Said
Honor.
Neo.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Whoops.
So Neo.
So
Yo!
it's Neo. It's Neo.
Yeah.
Both.
Yo.
10 out of
Neo
10.
wins.
You know,
best beta.
I
love
like
them
that
both.
in this Sea of Screaming Neo that you did a wonderful explanation of why the For Honor Alpha was so good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Huber. Well done.
So thank you.
Love
Huber.
For Honor.
But Neo though.
But Neo.
Yeah, Neo. Oh man. Yo, you guys are right though. Played that more than like
Oh.
games this year.
Yeah.
Well, it was his own self-contained thing.
Yeah.
You know, like it was.
Yeah.
You beat that demo and you're good. Like,
Incredible.
I will buy this, please. I want to buy and play more.
Hugely important and very intense category.
Special category.
Very intense category.
Yeah, this is my favorite category of the night. I didn't, there were a lot of fights that I gave up pretty easily, but I said for this one that I'm really going to put my heart into it. And that is the best Monster Hunter game released in North America in 2016. And we went through the list and decided that Monster Hunter Generations wins the category.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. It was a hot fight.
I'm gonna go ahead and circle that. But for real, playing with EZA Chat and like learning this game, one of my favorite gaming memories of 2016. And if you want to get into it, we'll be doing more of that next year. So.
Oh my god, did we not actually do best verticality?
Too hard. Let's give it to
Dishonored
Titanfall
2 or Titanfall.
Sure.
Ooh.
Dishonored 2 has great verticality.
It does, but
Strategic
you
verticality.
can go so fast in
Uncharted's got good
Titanfall.
verticality too.
Uh-oh.
You be quiet.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's like
verticality like the swing.
holding your
That-
hand like scripted
Dishonored
verticality.
2
It's
without
not
a
that at all.
shadow of a doubt.
Huh?
Best level design.
Dishonored
2016. Period.
I'm
Dishonored
writing it in.
Dishonored
Yeah,
2?
the best level design ever.
Best.
Straight up.
I agree with you.
In
Dishonored
completely.
2.
Yeah, Dishonored 2 I
Hands
agree.
down.
Best
I
level design,
Unreal.
right in category,
Yeah.
goes to
Right
Dishonored
in.
2.
Best level design. Verticality.
Looking at this now, man, what a great year for video games. Because
What a great
we're
year.
not. I'm glad that we have this category because I think a lot of these games wouldn't come up anything else, but they all
That's the
deserve
main reason I
mention.
put the category in there.
Yeah.
Whereas I didn't put in things like platformer or action adventure, like this category, it needs to be talked about.
Freaking Bloodworth, man, this is awesome.
What do you
All
got?
right, we got best strategy game,
Ooh.
Banner Saga 2.
Haven't played 2 yet. Played 1 this year, and oh my goodness.
But you know,
I know. I know. More of the same, but better.
Civilization 6,
Ooh.
which I'm surprised.
Ugh.
Like it wasn't just me playing Civ in my corner. Like
Ugh.
you got into it, you
Love
guys
it.
liked it.
Great game.
So
Yeah.
good.
Great game.
Fire Emblem Fates.
Haven't
Very
played
good
it.
Fire Emblem game. I really like that this is here. Grand
good.
Kingdom. What a fun game. What a great battle system. And XCOM 2, which I think everybody forgets, but is wonderful. Wonderful game.
Oh, that came out really early this year.
Came out really early.
Super
Yeah.
forgotten.
Kyle
Yeah, I
did
did
not
forget
sit
about
down.
Out of award season.
He will. He's getting coffee.
We got some fresh brews.
Can I have a drink? Thank you.
Guys, I think for me, personally speaking, it's either XCOM or Civilization. Does anybody have any counter arguments?
I don't really play any of these, but from what I've seen, I like Banner Saga.
We can easily cut Grand Kingdom. Phenomenal game, but probably the weakest link there.
But I'm glad I got to mention. I think
Absolutely,
it is good
I
enough to
love that it
deserve a
got.
mention.
I love the combat.
Yeah.
Amazing game.
I have to say I'm less familiar with all the other ones. I mean, I haven't played that much of the other ones, but Civ 6
Grand
is
Kingdom
great.
was loud, if I remember. Remember when you
Oh
streamed
my
it?
god, yes. Put the volume on one. Thanks so
SL.
much.
What's with that this year? Every game has
Every
been
game is
super loud.
So loud.
The
Like
loudness
Gears of War was
war.
the most insanely loud game ever.
It's insane. Ben, you're the man here with Civ 6 and XCOM 2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just
Defer.
throw all my marbles into yours.
He's gonna bend the knee to bend.
I'm gonna bend the knee.
You know what I think is really great about Civ 6 is Civ 5 with all of its expansions was a great game, and they've been making great Civ games for such a long time. And Civilization 6 is one of those games where you're like, what are they going to do? They're just going to mess it up. They're going to ruin this already perfect thing. But I don't know. They made it a more active game. They made it a more interesting game. It looks fantastic. Like, when you build a wonder,
Yeah.
I want to go and I want to look at it. I
wanna
care
build the
about
Great
what
Wall
I'm
of China
building.
throughout
I think
the
it's a big
entire
deal.
map.
Sean Bean.
Sean Bean does a great job reading every little thing that you research.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Give it to Civ 6.
Jolly vibes.
Give it up.
Jolly vibes.
When Sean Bean is talking about animal husbandry,
Oh yeah.
wonderful.
Quotes, like
Wonderful.
historical quotes. Funny
Funny.
quotes.
Like,
But they're not all funny. They're not like
yeah.
all trying.
And they're not
so
trying
hard.
too hard. Bend the knee is really funny.
like I wish I was in school
so you
Right.
give it
so
to
I could get sick
Yeah.
on a rainy day
Yeah.
And
to play Civ
Civ.
6
Right.
all day.
If I was
Also
a
implies you
teacher,
don't know.
regardless of what I was teaching, I would have my students play Civ 6.
Hey, coziest game, is that a category?
We're writing
'Cause
it
it's
in.
going
We're
to Civ
writing it
6.
in.
Civ
Coziest
6,
game.
Civ 6 also wins
it's going
coziest
Civ.
game.
I think we've got to do multiple
Yeah.
nominees for this, though.
It's
I'm going
so
to put Civ
cozy.
6. If you think of any other cozy games, let me know. Kyle, you go ahead and take this next
Dark
one.
Souls 3.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Wait, so just to be
Dragon
clear,
Quest
best
Build is
best
pretty
strategy.
That's a great
Best
one.
strategy,
Put
Civilization
a
6.
fireplace in there, pretty cozy.
Loudest game is a funny category.
Ian, let's be presenters for an award.
Yeah.
So
This
we'll
is-
go back
this
and
is
forth.
my category.
Okay.
15.
It always happens that sometimes a game takes a long time in development.
But are those games always worth the wait?
The nominees for Worth the Wait
Are
Doom,
Final Fantasy 15,
No Man's Sky,
The Last Guardian,
Owlboy,
and The Witness.
and that's it.
You could take No Man's Sky off.
Yeah,
You
No
can take
Man's Sky
off
is a
immediately.
jork.
Goodbye.
Yeah, who put that? Was that Blood?
You all
I
know
put that
this
on
thing.
as a joke.
Just
Oh,
covering
okay.
the bases.
I don't want to do a whole night of being main to No Man's Sky though.
Here's the thing.
It's
Too
not
late.
all night. What are
They
you
did it
talking
to
about?
themselves.
Here's
Okay.
the thing. No
All right.
Man's Sky, phenomenally disappointing.
Yep.
If they had advertised it as Proteus in space, everyone would have loved it. It got overhyped.
All right, I want to take Doom off. I don't
You're
feel like there was
right.
a long wait for Doom.
There was a huge wait for
It's a
Doom.
huge wait,
Huge
man.
wait for
They
Doom.
had Doom 4 and they canceled it.
Canceled
Yeah.
it. Like, we heard that it was like Call of Duty at one point with set pieces.
Yeah,
It
what
got
year was
canned.
that?
Yeah, it
What
was,
year was that?
and then they.
Like 2008 or 9. It's a long time
it was a
ago.
while ago.
Yeah, they had
I'll
they had
show
Doom
you
in the
my
works
issue
for a
of
while.
PC Gamer.
before they
Okay.
figured out what to do with it.
Okay.
Not as long of a wait.
Owlboy, get lost.
That was 10 years.
Doesn't
Okay.
matter. Not
Nobody
worth
was
the wait.
waiting.
It was a
probably.
long
Yeah.
wait, but no one had heard of it really.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see that.
That's
Uh,
a good
I
argument.
The
didn't even know it
Witness,
existed.
get lost.
Whoa,
no,
whoa,
no,
whoa,
no,
Kyle.
no, what the heck are
Kyle.
you talking about, Kyle?
Witness
You can't
is
just
out.
start
Get this
crossing
away
stuff
from
off on
Kyle.
me.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to move this award show along. You can't just like praise every single nominee. It's
All right
gone.
then. All right then.
Yeah,
I'm just
I-
giving it to 15.
What? No.
Yeah.
If it works for Kyle, if it works for Kyle, if Kyle can do it, all right, worth the wait.
But that's
15.
my actual
Nope.
argument for this category.
Nope. I gave it. I did the Kyle. It's over.
No, because the whole freaking thing is this, like, it being worth the wait. Like, it doesn't even have to be about, like, which game is the better game. Like,
Right.
The Witness is, like, definitively, like, worth that wait.
Absolutely.
Like, everything that you thought that game was going to be is.
I personally was
Final
waiting
Fantasy
for the
15
Witness.
does not
Yeah.
measure up to that.
What if you didn't care about waiting for the witness?
I was
Yeah, I
waiting
didn't
for the
care.
Witness.
Because I certainly didn't.
I was
That's gotta
waiting
be
for
a
the
factor.
Witness like
I actually want to make a
crazy.
strong, because I first saw this, I'm like, what are the rules for this category?
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know. I
yeah.
want to make a strong case that Witness beats both 15 and Last Guardian.
Go ahead, Jones.
Because
Try.
everybody's freaking out about.
Yeah, yeah.
Because everybody's freaking out about 15. I mean, you know how I feel about 15. Everybody's freaking out about 15 and says the story's really discombobulated. It just doesn't really come together. Well, no
Yeah.
duh, because it was like one story that kind of fit into Lightning, and then they were like, no. And then they're like, all these characters, and they're like, maybe you'll have party members, maybe not. Like, maybe they're incorporated comment. I don't know. It seemed like they were kind of making it up as they go along. And then, like, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from people talking about the stories, that, like, it just doesn't really have, like, that follow-through that a lot of the other, that, like, a 12 has, or a 10 has, or a 7 or a 6. And Last Guardian, like, the one things that, just from looking at the game, is it looks like a up-res PlayStation 3 game. You know,
No.
it's not.
Yes.
Like, clearly
No.
we should have gotten
No.
this game
Yes.
a while ago.
No.
And I'm not.
Well,
I
if anything
I don't
else,
think
like-
I agree with that.
No.
Whereas Witness is like, Witness just took a long time.
That's an
Witness just
up-res
took a long
PS3
time.
game, bro. Like, you think Witness is more of a PS4 game than Last Guardian?
But the worth of the wait,
I mean, it's a simpler
specifically,
art style,
not
so
that
it's
like the
what it
game is better, but specifically the wait I did for Witness. I was never like, what's Blow doing?
I
It's
would
like,
wait 8 more years for The Last Guardian.
That's
That is
awesome.
worth the wait. That is one of the greats. If you come out with The Witness, which is great, that's
Right.
a great game. It's not one of the greats.
I would disagree.
I think The Witness is one of the best puzzle games I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's an
Yeah.
adventure game.
God, you're stupid.
Absolutely.
But no,
Jones.
The Witness is like
But just
of
because
these, it was the one I was
because
waiting
you
for.
look at 15, you look at Last Guardian.
Yeah.
It's like, what happened? Like, what happened with Last Guardian? We don't know.
We
Like,
do
don't
know.
what
Well,
We
we know
absolutely know. You know
Yeah,
what
we
happened,
know-
Jones? It couldn't run on a PlayStation 3 is what happened. That is what happened. It's not an up-res PS3 game.
I mean,
so
it
they,
literally
so
is.
they wanted to make that, and
For
then they
content.
couldn't. So they,
No,
Yeah,
so they-
program a
Their-
better
their-
game.
Their vision is
He-
bigger than
There's
the
some
technology.
current
So
technology.
they didn't learn
So
the lesson from Shadow of the
They had
Colossus.
to wait until there was a PlayStation 4 to make that happen.
Right.
If the last
Write
time
better
around
feather
PS3.
code, or make his feathers not animate, and you can put that on the PS3.
You just don't have that vibe with Witness, where it's like, oh, bloke screwed up. Clear. There was that like 2-year gap where nothing was going on with Witness. We got no updates. He didn't talk about it. It seemed like he was maybe doing something else. And then, oh, now I'm back on the Witness.
There was
Personally
plenty
blew-
of that, Jones.
personally blew his entire amount of money on making The Witness.
If you
Went
want to do
broke
worth the
making
budget, The Witness wins worth the budget. But there was plenty of, hey, why is the Witness taking so long to come out?
Because it's
I
like
just don't
6
think
people
near as
making the
much as
game.
Last Guardian of 15, especially 15.
Oh my
like,
goodness.
My vote's
15
for 15.
I mean,
So
I
is
would
it
definitely,
worth the wait?
Yeah.
I
After
would
all
definitely
that?
say
Yeah,
Last
I don't-
Guardian was worth the wait, but I think Witness is more qualified for that.
Yeah, well, it's
Waiting a long
Specific-
time.
that specific
get the
category.
15 history right at least. The game was technically not in development for 10 years. So.
Get it right. Damiani says get it right.
Get it right.
Well, but that's it. We're not talking about like worth the development. It's worth the wait. We had to wait for what? Like what? Well, like there were times I just don't get the vibe that Blow was like going through a whole year of his life not working on Witness, not doing like, oh, I'm just gonna go to like Bermuda for a year. Whereas like I get the feeling Nomura went to Bermuda for a year. It was like what? Like was just like I'm not. I like
That's
well,
not
like,
fair.
like, there
Why
were
would you
different-
possibly
there were
bring that in? Do you have any
What?
evidence you went to Bermuda for a year? You can't just bring that up as an argument, Jones.
Because when I look at when Witness was
Oh my
first
God.
announced versus the game we got, it's like, yes, he went to start development on that game, and on this year he finished it.
So what took so long?
Whereas when 15 was
that's
first
how long it
announced,
takes to
the
make a
game we
game.
got at the end was like not what they were pitching. Like what they were pitching
Because
was
it evolved
a
and
thing,
changed over the wait.
and
Also-
it wasn't worth it in my opinion.
Oh my god.
Also, like, The Witness didn't have to deal with, like, corporate overlords getting their hands involved, you know? Where I feel like 15 and Last Guardian sort of did.
I don't think Last Guardian had to worry about that much.
Corporate
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
All right, man.
No, I think
Was
they
it- drop it
let
on
them
us.
make
I'd say we
that
vote.
game.
No, I'd say we
I vote
vote.
for
It sounds like a
15.
good vote. Yeah.
When I was playing through The Last Guardian, there was not a single moment where I was thinking about development or I saw something that was like, oh, this is
Cobbled together.
This is cobbled together.
Yeah,
It
I
seemed
didn't
like
even mention
such.
anything like that in my review.
It seemed so focused in what it wanted to do, and it succeeded wonderfully to me. Like I by the time I got to the end of that game, I was completely blown away. Like I didn't feel like I had to make excuses for The Last Guardian. It stood on its own merit, and
See, I mean,
that's totally worth the wait for me. If I don't feel like I have to defend it.
this is going to be controversial, but as I'm playing Last Guardian, I've been feeling
Yeah.
like, oh, this could have used a little more time in the oven, actually. Like,
my
I
God.
feel like they forced it out a month or two too early. They could have optimized
I
it
know
a
about
little
a
better.
month. There's not much you can do for a game that size in a month.
I don't know. Think about, like, day one patches that come out a couple of months in. The game runs poorly on the PS4 regular. Like, it does. Mm-hmm. It's a PS4 Pro game, maybe.
Tell me what the frame rate of The Witness is.
Solid.
Okay.
It never hitched.
All right.
The Witness
Never hitched.
The Witness played very technically solid for me, at least,
Yeah.
the whole time I played it. Never had a technical problem. Whereas playing The Last Guardian, I'm like, ooh, this is framey.
I mean, I'm good with either one, but I think the
I say we
Witness
vote.
What
thing-
about 15?
Yeah, 15 Witness or
Come
is there
on.
anything else?
Because I
Any
think,
other-
I think
No,
here's,
it's those
here's
three.
part
It's
of the
down to
thing.
those
Here's part of the thing with the factor into this is the weight itself. Is that like we were constantly thinking Last Guardian's gonna come out this year. Oh no, it's not. I mean, and we had a little bit of that with the Witness, but I feel like there was a little bit that because the anticipation was higher on the Last Guardian than it was on the Witness. I feel like the Witness paid off on that better.
I had no
Maybe
idea
I'm
the
a
Witness
crazy
even
person.
existed till it came
Yeah,
out.
me either.
I was like, "Fuck's this?
Yeah.
A new game?"
It's an insult to give that game worth the wait if Brad didn't know about it.
Yeah, I didn't know about it.
I don't
Totally
think
pretty
that's
good.
true at all. Like, just because something is super popular...
No,
like, I
the
was waiting
wait-
for The
Oh yeah,
Witness.
IGN reported the Last Guardian was canceled. That
Yes,
was amazing.
the wait is the anticipation. Worth the wait.
I was anticipating The Witness more than any game on this list.
Brad was not at all. Tell him he's wrong.
He's not wrong. We're just different people.
So let's
your
vote on
point?
it.
I
Just
like
vote
that.
for
Yeah.
Witness.
Just
I
fucking vote.
can
Who votes for Witness?
Wait,
I
can
didn't
say one last
anticipate
thing?
my joke
Alright.
category
You
getting
were saying
so
one last thing and then we're voting.
angry.
I just want to say, like, Final Fantasy 15 out of all of those games, for me, was worth the wait because I had the most fun playing it, and it was just a joy to play. And it's Final Fantasy. I have, like, an established connection with this franchise, which means it's even higher stakes than a Last Guardian or The Witness. And, like, seeing it evolve from Versus 13 to 15 was just, like, more of a journey than waiting for The Last Guardian for me.
I'll raise a counterpoint to 15. Would you be willing to wait 10 more years for Final Fantasy 16? Would you be willing to go through all of that again?
Nope.
Starting today.
I wouldn't do that for
You're
any
gonna.
game.
I mean, that's a
But
weird.
it's worth the
If,
wait.
If the gap is what 15 is, as opposed to 13, heck yeah.
10 years?
Yeah. Bring it on.
You would be
If you come out
in your
with
40s
if you come out with this
when
thing,
you're playing the next Final
at the
Fantasy,
end.
and it's worth it.
bring it
wait,
on.
I think there's something that needs to be said if we're specifically bringing up like because let's not mistake things. We waited a long time for Final Fantasy 13.
Right.
When that was announced versus when we got it, it was years. How I felt after I finished playing Final Fantasy 13, and I devoured that game in like a week, I was like, I don't think I care about Final Fantasy as much as I used to.
Right.
Whereas when I finished Final Fantasy 15, in spite of all of its flaws, in spite of all the very obvious things that I could point to, I was like I'm back. I love this franchise again, and that felt really, really incredible to say.
Revitalized.
Revitalized,
Yeah,
absolutely.
So hyped for 12 HD now. Just
Right.
any new Final Fantasy to get my hands on. I'm like ready to go.
Like when that 16 trailer
Yeah.
drops, it's gonna mean something
Yeah.
to me, you know?
Let's
Yeah.
vote. Who votes for Witness?
Yeah, I think I did it out.
Who votes for Final Fantasy 15?
3.
Oh, who votes for Last Guardian?
Whoa.
All right, so Witness and
So-
Final Fantasy tied.
Well, okay, so you can only vote for Final Fantasy or Witness. You have to vote. Who votes for
Oh,
Witness?
Yeah, it's
Or
great.
who votes for
Go
15?
Final Fantasy then?
I would want to vote.
The Witness is a great game.
All right, so just to recap,
It's not about how great the game is.
I know.
joke category in the first place that I didn't think would get that intense, and then the joke answer that I just circled automatically trying to make fun of Kyle, and then everyone calls me salty. Whatever.
Could have moved on.
Is also Final Fantasy 15.
That was a
So-
very salty thing to say. It was very.
That was
salty
salty,
thing to
yeah.
say.
Worth the wait. Final
Worth
Fantasy
the
15.
wait.
It was worth the wait.
Congrats, Final
Wait,
Fantasy 15.
Hey, I just wanted to vote for 15 there. I don't
Okay,
think I
yeah.
voted.
Damiani took your vote.
I mean, we
He
knew.
took it. Yeah.
Okay,
He
next.
took it?
Next is.
How does that work?
No, I mean he noted it.
Next
oh,
is. Oh, he tallied your vote.
he tallied
He stole your vote.
He took it.
Next category is Best Expansion. We've got Dark Souls 3, Ashes of Ariandel, Destiny, Rise of Iron.
More pomp and circumstance.
Yeah, more pomp.
More pomp and
More pomp.
circumstance.
Read the next one.
This
then.
is not a filler category.
Let's get Brad to read one.
Destiny, Rise of Iron.
Fallout 4, Multiple.
Star Wars Battlefront X-Wing VR mission.
The Witcher 3, Blood and Wine.
World of Warcraft, Legion.
So I think we can take off Fallout and Destiny.
Wine versus Legion, I would imagine.
I think Fallout's had good ones, but for whatever reason, they haven't captured us at all.
We
Right.
can take Fallout off.
Yeah, and Destiny, Rise of Iron.
Yeah, Destiny
Actually-
Rise of Iron, super good expansion.
And Star Wars
but
Battlefront.
I just played it. I can't vouch for it. The VR.
Oh, yeah?
yeah.
Yeah.
If we don't give this to Blood and Wine, I
Yeah.
think we're crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
What
a
it-
for
wash.
sure.
I think it's
All
not
right.
worth talking about Legion though. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Is Legion in there?
For funsies.
Okay, so it's
I
just
love-
for funsies.
I love Ashes of Ariandel, but yeah, it's obviously
World of Warcraft, I quit a little too
Okay.
quickly, and that was on me. That was my mistake. Legion is phenomenal. It's
Do you agree?
Yeah,
The first time that we've been this far out of an expansion, I want to go back.
yeah.
Like in years,
Yeah.
since like Wrath.
Damn.
Brought World of Warcraft.
I
back.
don't want to go back.
Oh.
I'm fucking done.
For Remaster.
just themselves.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
Destiny, really great expansion, but more so than any of those on the list, feels like treading water.
Yeah.
Like, yo, we're
Waiting for two.
Destiny
Waiting
2.
for two.
Waiting
for
yeah.
two.
Final Fantasy 14 Stormblood confirmed for 2017 best expansion.
I don't know.
Probably.
It will probably win
It
this
could be,
expansion.
yeah. I could.
It could suck.
But yeah,
I'm not
the
gonna commit to anything.
Witcher expansion was like $20
Don't
or
put it past
$30, and it
Linux,
was
you know.
like huge.
The best.
So
The best.
huge.
It's very
Incredible
good.
story,
It's very
incredible
good.
environment.
It's very good.
The best.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Best expansion officially goes to
Yeah.
The Witcher 3, Blood and Wine.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Alright, Huber has to get on the couch for this. Come on.
Yeah,
Huber,
Huber's
get on.
got to
Okay,
get on
yeah,
the couch for
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Best remaster.
This is Huber's
Oh,
category.
remaster.
So read. Oh, sorry.
If you have any others,
Get right
in
up front.
there.
Remasters! I want Huber to read every nominee.
I love remasters.
Oh, you put it on there. Blood, you're so good.
All right. Best remaster. There were at least like 30 or 40 that came out this year.
We narrowed it down.
Oh wait, I gotta write one in. I'm sorry.
Right, we got a last minute write in here.
Right in.
Hold on here. Stop the presses. Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one on the next page too.
Oh wait, did we put? Okay, we did.
We got it.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, you got it.
Best
Mine's
remaster.
moved around. Okay.
The nominees are BioShock: The Collection, Dead Rising 1, 2, and Off the Record, Dragon Quest VII for 3DS,
Ooh, yeah, woo!
Duke Nukem 3D 20th Anniversary Edition,
Yeah.
The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition, Gravity Rush Remastered, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD, Odin Sphere Leifreiser,
Yeah.
Valkyria Chronicles Remastered,
Yes.
Darksiders War Mastered Edition.
I just want to say I've been playing through Darksiders 1. It's a great remaster.
Because they came out with 2 too fast.
Yep.
It was only 30 FPS.
Right.
Darksiders 1
Yep.
running at a cool 60.
And it looked, and they polished it up. It's run
And
so
it got
well.
delayed a couple times because they wanted to make sure it was good.
Interesting.
We got another write-in.
Another late minute
Wait, does this count?
write-in.
I don't know if this counts.
is it?
Dragon's Dogma on PC, does that count? That probably doesn't count.
I thought of that, and
That's
I was
important.
like, yeah.
It's important.
Okay.
Okay.
I just
It's
wanted a
important.
chance to put Dragon's Dogma on something.
Also,
Sorry.
Dragon Quest 7 almost feels like a remake.
That is a remake.
Sure, I think that's fair.
I mean,
I think
need to be splitting hairs in this category.
Modern Warfare
Are we-
Modern Warfare's
Remastered.
great.
so. We are not including remakes. I think we need to make a stand one way
No
or the other.
remakes.
I
remake.
think I don't think it. Yeah, I don't think it needs to be cut out.
So maybe categories best remake / remaster.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Best adaptation.
I really want to praise Dead Rising 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Especially for the idea of what a remaster is all about. Going back to this game, seeing it from a new perspective, playing the best version of Dead Rising 1 and 2, because Dead Rising 1, if you go back to the original, insane loading times. Absolutely insane. There's so many, like, going into a new room, loading, going into a new room, loading. Cutting that away and like being able to breathe in Dead Rising, I think it's definitely one of the most improved games I've ever played from a remaster, hands down.
We are being called goobers for not including Ratchet and Clank.
Sure. It's
Remake,
a cheeseburger.
okay, I was thinking remaster again, not remake.
Sure.
It's
so,
a good cheeseburger.
yeah,
Just wanted to.
cool.
I would like to bring to the surface Dragon Quest VII.
Okay,
Let that bubble up to the top of the surface right now.
I'm letting it. I hate the art style, but I'm letting it bubble.
You hate the art style?
I hate the way it looks compared to the
I
original.
think it. I think it does.
Compared to the original 7.
Whoa! I think the original 7 looked bad at the time and
I
looks
like it.
worse now. Okay.
Whoa.
I don't know how to cross this
Wait,
bridge.
how can you hate it? It looks so much like 8. It doesn't to me.
I also think it's like
Yeah.
a really good representation of Toriyama's art
Yeah,
style. Which
it
is
looks
kinda like-
great. Yeah, I don't know.
I
I-
really.
It just is Dragon Quest. I don't know.
I know.
The
Yeah.
enemies designs and everything, and just how well they pop. It really looks a lot like 8 to me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they. Oh man, all of the different environments that they bring you to, like every time, like I set sail, I feel excited in Dragon Quest 7.
Yeah, probably like
Hubert Madman.
one of the best games on the list for sure, but
Yeah, I don't know. I think the art style really
Ben,
works.
there's Final Fantasy 9 too, but that was a port, right? That's not like a
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
It's just,
unfortunately,
part.
it doesn't
it's
work.
just the
That's
best
a
the
part.
game has run. That's just a part.
I mean, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to split those here sometimes too.
Yeah, I have
some of
a-
these things are like, how much did they really
Well,
do on
does
some of these?
does 9 run at a high resolution? Of course it does, right? 1080.
Yeah, but we're. I think if we
don't
start
think
getting into
qualifies.
PC
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
it gets really
Yeah.
hard.
Narrow the field here,
to be
guys.
fair, I am
do you
biased
think?
towards handhelds.
Okay, so,
So-
Oh, that's true.
Kill Bioshock.
Yep, Kill Bioshock
Yep.
Sure.
Boy, the Odin Sphere remaster is
is so
fucking
good.
phenomenal.
Mhm.
It's
Ooh.
so good.
That's pretty good, and
Yep.
like that game actually really improves
Yeah.
the remaster.
Yep. They improved it,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
I also the ones that stick out for me a lot.
Gravity Rush.
Gravity Rush,
Gravity
Odin
Rush.
Sphere, Valkyria Chronicles is a wonderful
Those are
remaster.
Damiani's favorite games you just announced.
Yeah.
Damiani?
I judge things on, like, we're saying remaster, how good
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah.
So we'll end this right now unless someone wants to fight me on this one.
End this
Ooh,
right
to
now.
kill something.
Oh.
To kill it. Twilight Princess, bad.
Bye.
It was
Whoa.
bad. It was a
You gotta get up here.
If Damiani says kill it.
bad HD remaster.
We're killing Twilight
Wait, I'm
Princess.
curious. Why'd you hate it?
Because it was like a shit effort from them. It was like just up-res Twilight Princess compared to like Twilight Princess or
Wind Waker?
Wind Waker. They did Wind Waker HD when they actually spent time on
Like
it.
changing the art style slightly.
It looks Twilight Princess looks better running on Dolphin by a million miles.
Okay.
Like it was like a cash in. I was so offended by
Elder
it.
Scrolls, a lot of problems.
Get it out of there.
PC as well has been doing what it's doing for
Yeah.
years.
Get it out of
Sure.
there.
The mods are in there, which is
Yeah.
not bad.
Don't need it.
Kill Duke
Love Duke Nukem. I'll cut it, but phenomenal that one, they add little commentary things throughout every single stage. It's absolutely amazing. You can go up to
But-
places
And the new levels.
and in a completely new chapter from a team of the original designers on Duke Nukem 3D. So good. Like the best Duke Nukem 3D levels you'll ever play, and it feels so right because it was the original guys doing it. Exactly what a
argument
remaster
for
should be.
Rez, that Rez should be in here. Anyone play it?
Oh, Red.
Oh yeah, I just
Oh my god.
yeah, I haven't played it. Oh boy, that might win my vote too.
If you want to hear more about Duke Nukem 3D, tune in this Thursday to Huber Syndrome.
we got a plug.
Plug.
For me, it's Dead Rising and Gravity Rush.
Human
Yeah.
Dead Rising's gotta go.
If
It's
nobody
gotta go.
wants it, cool. But
Oh man, Odin Sphere.
like
though.
going,
Like
it's aged so well, and going back and seeing it from a new perspective, you know, and that's what
Oh,
that's
no.
what these
Oh, no,
remasters
okay.
are all
No,
about.
that sounds
Like
what?
like Damiani killing Twilight Princess. I don't think anybody went back to Twilight Princess and like saw it in a new light or
No.
got anything new out of it.
Right.
Dead Rising did that in spades for me.
Gravity Rush for me, that's what I want to give it to.
Love Gravity Rush.
Just because
Thanks, Mahala.
I felt enough people did not get a chance or did not give it a chance to play it
'Cause
it's
on
on
Vita.
Okay.
Not just because it was on Vita, but because of the motion controls on it, the
Yeah.
tilt controls.
Yeah.
This was a version that anyone could play, and I felt it finally got its fair shake. And
Totally.
it looked really good on Vita, and it still looks really good on PS4.
Really good.
Yeah, whatever they did, if they did anything to touch it up, looks really good. The only thing I'll say against Valkyria, like, I love that game, but they already made the PC version before the PS4 remaster
Good
came
point.
out.
Yeah.
So I don't give it as many.
Yeah.
it's fair.
I don't get too excited about that, but everything I heard and saw about Odin Sphere also was
Yeah. Well,
Very
somebody just
good.
brought up
Switching
in
left
chat
just a
that
little
they,
bit.
Yeah.
they worked on the controls and the gameplay as well as, making the visuals better.
So what you were saying about Gravity Rush, I think, does totally apply to Odin Sphere because that was a game you played on PS2 when
Yeah.
you're like, you loved it in
Yeah.
spite of itself, but it
Yeah.
ran so terribly.
Yeah.
They redid the art here, and it plays like a dream, and it feels like the only way
Yeah.
to play this
Okay.
game, and I feel like that's a very important thing for a remaster.
We will cut Dead Rising.
Okay.
Because those two games did a lot more.
Yeah,
Whereas
the
Dead
lead-
Rising was just technically
Already HD.
Yeah.
technically so good, but didn't do much in terms of that. And a lot of people had already played them. Whereas a huge argument for remasters is opening the door to new people coming in. So I think Gravity Rush or Odin Sphere. What do you guys think?
Let's vote. Let's
Ooh,
vote.
yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
Oh
This is
man,
tough.
I don't know.
Does anyone have
I,
any thoughts on Modern Warfare? I know it's gotten a lot of buzz.
Yeah.
from other
I
people,
played through
but-
it. I love it. You know what? Honestly, I think the fact that you have to buy that game with Call of Duty
Yeah.
and Infinite Warfare.
Don't you need? Do you
I,
need an
I think
online
that just straight up
authentication
disqualifies
for
Yeah,
it.
it's,
Yeah.
you
It's
can't buy the
trash.
game.
Yeah.
It's
Trashy move.
It is a trashy move for sure.
Trashy move. Hurts the game.
Let's vote then.
Okay.
Oh man, I think I know what's gonna win.
Gravity Rush.
You know what?
Oh God.
That's 4. Where's Ian?
Where you at, Ian?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
He's got
I
no
can't-
horse in the
I don't
race.
really know well enough
I've
on
got
either
no
one.
clue.
So
Man.
Odin's Sphere is
I
just
haven't
me
played
and
either
Ben.
when I was
Yeah.
All right, so Gravity Rush.
This was a tough pick
Gravity
for me, man.
Rush.
Sorry, dude.
Congratulations, Gravity Rush.
Gravity Rush.
Can we get a mini applause for Odin Sphere?
Of course.
Of
Odin
course.
Sphere.
Dude, man, what a game!
Yeah.
What a game!
The biggest thing.
I'm happy with Gravity Rush though.
Hey guys, Jose Ramirez,
Sorry.
best remaster, EZA remastering GT.
Yeah.
That's I gotta present one.
Yeah, the biggest thing for Gravity Rush 2
already
is
did
being able to get caught up
You
for
can fix the Game
2.
Awards,
You
Kyle.
just skip this.
You know? Like
Yeah,
Gravity
this
Rush
one will go
2 is
fast.
coming.
Oh
Now
yeah.
we get one remaster, like lets
Yeah,
everyone get
people
on the
wanna
same
skip
That's a good
page.
point. That's a good
Whereas
point.
Odin
We're
Sphere
skipping
is
best
like kind of its own
multiplayer,
thing.
sure.
Right. Another Vanillaware masterpiece.
Yeah, exactly.
No, not really.
All right, we got a quickie.
Yeah, we did.
Most improved.
Ooh.
This I wanted to honor games that.
Dead Rising.
Shooters, yeah.
What do you mean?
Most improved.
No. A game that launched and then improved since its launch.
Okay.
Destiny.
A game that had a rough launch, perhaps. Maybe it didn't come
This
out
year?
so great. Yeah,
Only-
It had to launch this year?
it did not have to launch this
Oh
year.
man.
Oh, then
Oh,
Destiny.
Destiny, baby.
Oh, that's a great one. Okay, so
It
here we go.
didn't have to launch this year.
No,
Oh,
Final
then-
Fantasy 14.
the most improved in this year.
Diablo
In this
3.
year.
this
Oh,
year.
within
Oh, in
2016.
this year.
Yeah,
Oh,
within
oh.
this year.
Yeah, I
Okay,
know my vote.
the nominees are No Man's Sky, Rainbow Six Siege, Street Fighter V, World of Warcraft, and Destiny.
Hands down, Destiny.
Yeah, Destiny.
Hands down, Destiny
year?
this year?
Yeah.
What did it do this year?
Right.
That was last year. Or King's.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't
This
think
year,
Rise of Iron is gonna.
You're
cut
right.
It.
You're
Like,
right. Last year was Taken King.
Last year.
You're
I
right.
really want to
Taken
give this
King.
up to Rainbow Six. What
Oh
were you about
man,
to
no,
say?
I think it's World of Warcraft. I think like the 3 years or leading up to Legion were like the most dismal it's ever been for Warcraft, and Legion
right.
just totally
Wow,
brought it
that's
back.
a great
single-handedly.
point. Yeah, Warcraft.
World of Warcraft.
As far as this year
Yeah.
goes, I don't know how.
Yeah.
It went from wow, this game is dying for sure to oh nope, it's got another 10 years in it or whatever.
10 out of 10, reviewed and loved Rainbow Six. I think the only reason that people are thinking it's most improved is because it went free to play, but it's still a lot of the same game that it launched as. Like they haven't done.
They've been working to improve
Of course,
it.
it's
dramatically.
been improved with
Yeah.
of course. But World of Warcraft, like Ben said, turned around a 3-year downward spiral into top form.
Wow. Brad, you World of Warcraft?
Yeah, I have to be on that.
Ian?
I was just going to say, as maybe the only person here who's played No Man's Sky since the Foundation update, I jumped in just to see, and it's still not at where it should have been at launch, I think. Maybe like that functionality should have been there before the game came out.
Oh, it's not free to play.
Yeah, so no.
Okay, we just have confirmation from chat that
Not free to play.
Rainbow
Okay.
Six Siege is not free to play. I think they had
did
like
they
a
do?
free weekend. I think they had like a free
Okay.
weekend
Oh,
at
okay.
one point.
Okay.
Maybe that's
Gotcha.
what got you there. But it sounds like we're going with World of Warcraft.
Okay.
Yeah?
Sure.
I see nods from Jones.
Sure,
here.
I don't have much.
World of
A
Warcraft.
lot of love for the Division 2.
Oh, yeah.
That
Oh,
game
sure.
has turned around.
Yeah.
So congratulations, World of Warcraft. You've won Most Improved in 2016.
Also, that thing came out for Destiny today or yesterday.
Christmas, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
little
All right,
Christmas-
so I want to see
yeah.
Bloodworth present one.
Free DLC.
Oh, no, you should do
that's
that
right.
category because that one's yours. Okay, so who wants to do Best Multiplayer?
Why is there an X through it?
Because I thought we kind of already did it, but then
Oh.
I was like, oh, that's shooters.
Yeah, you can do multiplayer.
just do it real
Actually,
quick.
Jones, do Best 2 Multiplayer.
All right.
Oh, sorry about the pizza. Never
Here,
mind, Jones.
free DLC is best DLC.
We're doing best multiplayer. You like to play games?
You take a seat or
You want to play games with other people?
Sweating. Take the jacket off.
You can if it's not a multiplayer game. We talked about some of these.
What's happening?
I'm gonna hit some games we haven't talked about
Okay.
because these are in alphabetical order. I'm gonna jump straight to a game called Overcooked.
Wait. Treat
Just read 'em all.
Read them like there's a big
Oh,
deal.
sorry.
It's a big deal to be nominated.
sorry.
It's a big deal to be nominated.
Sorry.
Okay.
And the nominees for best multiplayer game are
Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Battlefield 1,
Ooh,
Civilization 6,
it's multiplayer.
Overcooked, Overwatch, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, Titanfall 2, Uncharted 4. Overcooked and Plants vs. Zombies were the two I wanted to
Yeah.
mention we have not discussed before. Plants vs. Zombies love.
Phenomenal game.
Went to a preview event while employed by GameTrailers.com and had a good time.
Phenomenal game.
Yeah, loved
the
loved
shit out of
everything
it.
I was hearing that they added to the first game. There even seemed to be like a bit of like pride and like collectibles and stuff like that. You had your own little spot where you could store stuff and your friends can come over and check it
Oh,
out.
The-
Monster Hunter
the
fan,
backyard
add that
mode.
in there.
Yeah, I also think
Ooh.
we can cut out Civ 6 for rest multiplayer for sure.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Didn't we? What won best shooter multiplayer?
Overwatch.
So we can take out Uncharted. We can take out
Take out
some of the
Uncharted.
shooters.
Uncharted's like my favorite on here next to Battlefield.
Wait, is Uncharted? That's not shooter.
Right. This is just multiplayer.
This is
Oh, just
multiplayer, baby.
multiplayer.
But it was not a shooter in the shooter category.
Correct.
Right. We
Okay.
pulled it
It
out
was
of the shooter
eliminated,
category.
from
Yeah.
that
Right.
category.
All right, so Titanfall 2 you can take out because we did already rule that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
it.
And
And
Battlefield 1.
Plants vs
Battlefield 1.
Zombie. Whoa.
It was in the
'Cause we
shooter
already picked it, it
category.
was-
lost.
Well, no, I didn't get into the shooter category. It's a little oversight.
Battlefield 1?
Oh no, I meant Plants vs Zombies.
Seriously.
Oh, yeah, we weren't talking
I'm with you. Battlefield's getting no love. It's
It's just, it already lost multiplayer in the shooter category, so it
We're
isn't
just
gonna
following
win.
the math.
Yeah, it's not going to win here, no matter how much
I want to
you
go back to it. Like, Overwatch better than Battlefield? I don't see it.
I do.
I'm opening this. Really, like,
Here we go.
I want to bring this up one last time. This is really the only contentious thing that I'm very passionate about. I want to get to a real group decision here. If I'm completely outnumbered, then I will just drop it immediately.
All right.
But I truly feel like Battlefield 1 is a better multiplayer game than Overwatch. Now, I do not claim to be MLG at any game, but I think you don't have to be to be able to enjoy a multiplayer game. Like, Overwatch for me, or all these multiplayer games, I'm going in casually, okay? And I think that is an okay way to go into a multiplayer game.
Mm-hmm.
When I casually go into Overwatch, because I'm not MLG, it is the same type of encounter over and over and over. Now, I know the high-level pros, I know people are saying I'm casual, whatever, but as a casual player coming in, playing like 4 or 5 heroes, it's everyone coming in a line.
Stop
boom.
right there. Why are you doing 4 or 5 heroes?
I switch around, but I'm only maining 4 or 5 heroes.
You can't play 4
I
heroes
know.
and then say there's not enough variety.
No. I play them all, but 4 or 5 are my main heroes. I variety. I'm always
Okay.
switching.
All right.
I'm always switching depending
Okay.
on the circumstance. A lot of the encounters, the vast majority of matches are each team going in a line at each other, culminating in one huge, all right, everyone has their ultimate, let's do it, pop it. Everyone pops their ultimates, they either bust through the line or they fail. That's the game. That's Overwatch.
Okay, well, Overwatch is a game about getting on a point where one team is protecting, and the maps are much smaller than Battlefield. You have to keep that in mind.
Brad,
That's
take
fine.
the couch,
Yeah, I
dude.
think
Wait,
Brad's gotta get up
Couch,
here.
I have
Yeah.
a question. Hubert, do you want Battlefield over Uncharted 4?
Here,
For multiplayer, yeah,
You should-
it's my favorite multiplayer.
All right.
you should
It's
both.
my number
You should
one.
both be up here.
I was just checking because if it was Uncharted, then we were arguing
Yeah.
about nothing.
No. Yeah, Battlefield, favorite multiplayer. You know,
Hubert's
even
gonna kill you for that one.
Well, I'd probably pick Battlefield over Plants vs
yeah.
Zombies, I would imagine.
Yeah.
like
I think you can kill Overcooked.
like of course the
Overcooked.
Wait. Wait, what?
Love it though.
I mean, should we just vote Battlefield versus Overwatch?
I want to hear
Yeah.
Brad talk about
I mean,
Overwatch
if I'm alone, that's
Well,
is what
I'm
it
just
is.
trying to
I mean,
I'm
it's
trying to
7:55.
listen to your critiques
He
and
says
everything.
that every Overwatch battle is the same, Brad. How do you
From
respond?
a casual perspective, as someone that's not on the top tier, lot of the same style of
Well, that's like me.
encounters.
Okay, well, I'm a casual Battlefield player.
And it's different and chaotic every
it's-
time.
I'm gonna
There's
get,
so
if
much.
I'm playing on that desert map, I'm gonna get sniped 80% of the time I'm playing that.
But
Yeah.
a big huge thing, every single map changes the way you play. Not the case with Overwatch. Like
Yes, it does.
no,
It does.
they're
It depends
so
on what.
similar.
No,
It
Hubert, it
changes,
doesn't.
but it might be more subtle. but
They're
it
so
changes.
similar.
Just
It's
because-
still the line of people just smashing into each other.
Okay,
I mean, the different maps give you different objectives, and depending on the objective, there are some characters I picked based entirely on what we're doing. And so
at
I-
what point you're doing it
Of
on, what
course.
side you're doing it on. It's like you're discrediting Overwatch because you don't know enough about it.
But
You're telling me
that's also the case I'm making here is that
Right, you
it's
said from a casual perspective.
from a casual perspective, and I do know at the higher levels, like sure timing is huge and like counter picking heroes is huge, but I still feel like there's always going to be a meta with that. Like there's always going to be a Reinhardt. There's usually always going to be a Roadhog. There's always going to be like a Mercy or a Zenyatta or a healer type person. Whereas Battlefield, it doesn't matter what you pick. Every map is different. Every battle is different. There's so many things to do. You want to hang back and snipe, that's cool. You want to get in vehicles, cool. You want to like chopper in and rule the skies. There's so many places that you as a player can like find comfort in and contribute to the battle and feel like you're doing a part of it.
Yeah,
And
but a
feel
lot
like
of
you
it,
contribute.
it's like sitting back artillery is not fun.
To some people it is.
I know, but it's like, okay, when you're talking about Overwatch, you're talking about there's always going to be a healer. It's a game based around having healers or tanks or like DPS. It's based around that. And the meta is changing all the time where some heroes come in, some heroes go out, depending on what map you do it on.
And
There's a
constantly
constant
balancing
variety.
it, too.
Chat brought up Street Fighter 5, which
Oh, okay.
I'm foolish for not even considering.
That's true.
That's a
I'm
solid
ignorant on that
multiplayer
one, so I
game.
would love to hear some.
Yeah, Ben Moore, take us away.
I love Street Fighter V, but I just tried to play it 2 nights ago, and the servers went down unexpectedly. They didn't announce it.
Oh, no.
Like,
Oh no.
I can't find. It takes me so long to find a match now in Street Fighter V. When I'm just going and trying to find a ranked or casual match, it's taking me forever. And this is a game that, like, when you're actually in there and you're actually fighting, it's fantastic. It's wonderful. But I feel like I've had problems, like different problems with Street Fighter V ever since its launch, and it's just it still doesn't feel like it's where it needs to be from a stability standpoint, and just from the fact when you get a new update, unlike all other games where you just see it on your console and it updates, you have to actually go into Street Fighter V and it will download a title update. You can't do like all of its features. It's really weird.
And the user interface is poor.
Yeah.
Poor user interface. The user
Yeah.
experience is not good.
So I feel like Street Fighter V keeps getting in its own way. I'd love to put it on this list, but
Disqualified.
Who, along with Mr. Michael Huber, believes that Battlefield multiplayer is better than Overwatch?
See,
I actually
this
feel
feels
like I need
unfair.
more of an argument.
This feels
On both
unfair to me
sides.
because like not enough of us have played Battlefield, but we've all played Overwatch.
I have not played Overwatch, and I think Overwatch is better.
I think
gets my
Overwatch
vote.
takes it, Huber.
Okay.
Yeah,
I said my
it's
piece.
a
That's
numbers
yeah,
game.
That's
yeah.
cool.
I think that was
Hey,
good.
cool.
Yeah, it's a good piece.
Cool.
It's just
I
a
love
numbers
Overwatch
game.
too.
Congratulations.
No,
to
Huber, you
Overwatch,
only like
best
one.
game.
You want to skip that thing?
No,
That one?
No.
No?
we can do it real quick.
Bloodworth, you want to do it?
Hold on, we gotta applaud Overwatch.
Overwatch wins best multiplayer.
Alright, I'll do it real quick.
Yeah,
Real
Blood.
quick, real
Blood,
quick.
hop up.
So,
Blood, in front of the couch.
Yeah,
on the couch.
On the couch.
You can hear blood from anywhere in this room.
It's about the
He's
presentation.
got a good presentational voice. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, we didn't talk about Overcooked. Overcooked.
yeah,
Overcooked,
they
yeah.
cut it right out.
Overcooked got shafted there.
Yeah,
Overcooked
they
got
did.
shafted. I agree.
No guns.
shafted.
So this is a category in which I didn't really have a good name for, but I called it Most Surprising Game, which I think were games that sort of came out of nowhere to kind of win us over that we weren't really expecting, which is why I didn't have the last one that somebody wrote in here. Yeah, so I had The Final Station,
Yeah.
like little side-scrolling zombie game. Overcooked.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. How many
Yeah.
streams are we going to keep doing of that thing? Owlboy. It was in 10 years of development. I had no idea. I just heard about it, and then I played it. I'm like, this is super freaking good. Why don't they make Castlevania like this? Pirate Pop Plus, I thought was going to be trash, but I downloaded the thing that they sent me, and I'm like, I have to stream this right now.
Haven't streamed it yet.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
I streamed in the middle of the night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like midnight. It's just like our arcade action game. Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2 could have easily just been coasting on the last game. Did a lot of fun new stuff. Really upped the game. And then I think Stardew Valley. It's not something I played. I just hear a lot of buzz about it. It seems to be something that kind of popped in there and took the consciousness. I don't know what I think should win really.
I nominate Let It Die, and I also think it wins.
Yes.
Let It Die.
Let It Die.
Hands
Same.
down. Hands down. Let It Die.
Yep.
Best.
Same.
Best.
Same.
Because
Wow.
it's a free-to-play game,
It's
so you
so
automatically
good.
think this game is going to be hot garbage,
Yep.
and then you play it and you're like, why do
It's
I
a
love
free-to-play game from Grasshopper
Right.
that focuses on combat.
Yeah.
And it's great.
this? I really signed up with Blood, because we all kind of expected Inside to be
Have
good. is
any
what
of
I
us
think Blood is
spent
saying.
any
Yeah,
money
yeah.
on Let It Die, or have we felt compelled to spend any money on
No.
Let It Die?
No.
Nope.
No.
I enjoy it.
It's got that grasshopper flair. It feels so good to kill people in
Yep.
this game. And the stakes are high. This is a very stressful game. This is not like Dark Souls is stressful. This, I think, brings stress to another level. Because even when you're offline, people can invade your base. I feel always on edge in this game. People are coming and killing me. I'm level 5 and there's like a level 30 guy coming in. I absolutely love this game, and I think it, I love that it's a Dark Souls roguelike. You know what I mean? That combo is amazing. Has that combo ever been done?
No.
Dark Souls roguelike?
Not exactly. No.
So
Not that
cool.
big,
There's not a lot of
A
Dark
chalice
Souls
dungeon.
anything.
Yeah.
A chalice.
Oh yeah, for sure.
A lot of people are saying Hitman in the chat. I also think
Hitman,
Hitman would have been good
Oh, okay,
for
that's a
most
great pick.
improved.
Yeah.
I think Hitman is a huge surprise.
Yeah.
for me.
You're right.
Yeah.
That game
Sure.
is amazing.
Okay, I might have to give it Hitman.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I was trying to largely steer away from kind of
Virginia?
AAA stuff.
But I was
Virginia, I
thinking,
think's good.
Games where you're pretty sure was going to be bad. Hitman was there and Doom was there. We were all down on Doom before it launched.
Well, because of
Yeah.
that
We
beta
were?
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
We were like,
I wouldn't say like down on it, but I would.
I was nervous.
I was not anticipating the
We were
good
absolutely
reaction.
down on it. We had a podcast where like, I don't know about Doom.
Hitman is the one where you came back from a preview event and said
Yes.
it's like total garbage.
Because
Yeah.
because
it was.
nobody at the preview event could finish it because it would get to a certain point in the Paris level and then it would crash.
Right.
But then it came out and it didn't have those problems. So I
Es-
feel like that's a little bit of a different thing.
Especially
Right.
coming off Absolution, which strayed so far from what Hitman is.
Absolution is garbage.
Easily the worst Hitman game.
Yeah, it's bad.
And the fact that they announced this episodic thing, season pass. Yeah, everything leading up to Hitman was bad news, and
Yeah.
then it came out and it's so good.
And like the way they did it with the episodes, I feel like they went in such different directions that the level design was fantastic. They were pushing you in different ways.
Yeah.
Like I got excited for the next one. I think they did a good job with the story, piecing it
Yeah.
together through all the different episodes. Hitman is a fucking great
So
game.
good. Single-handedly changed my entire outlook on episodic games.
Sure.
Wow.
Completely.
yeah.
Doom's a numbie. A lot of people have been saying No Man's Sky, but the opposite way.
Jeez.
I'm ready to vote.
Sure. Let it die. Who votes Let It Die?
Oh.
Oh my
I
god,
love
you guys
it.
talked itself out of it.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'd
shit,
vote
because
for
Let It Die came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it, and
It's so good.
thought it would be garbage.
Let
and
It
I
Die
played
feels like it shouldn't exist.
I know. I have no idea.
We don't deserve Let It Die. It's that
I can't
epic.
I think I'm
explain
gonna
why
vote
I
Let
like
It
it.
Die.
Yeah, I'm
Vote
voting
what
Let
you
It
want,
Die.
yeah. Stick with you up.
Yeah, but
I'm riding the Let It Die hype right now.
Yeah.
I just
Ride it.
can't even.
Ride it.
This
Uh,
game is
ride it.
catching me.
Who's voting Hitman?
Hitman. Oh, just me.
Kylie.
Yeah.
can I do like a half vote for Hitman?
Yeah, vote for Hitman.
I vote for
1.5
Overcooked.
for
I think Overcooked.
Oh, Overcooked.
Super. Okay, that beats.
Damn, dude. I'm doing Plants vs Zombies. Garden
Whoa.
Warfare 2.
Nice.
That game's sick, dude.
Damiani, do you have a favorite?
Phenomenal game.
You know what? I'm gonna vote for Let It Die because I thought that game was.
Let It
out.
Die.
Yeah.
So it's a
Surprise,
Damiani.
Surprised that it wasn't already out. Okay.
Most surprising game.
Let It Die. Most surprising
Nice.
game.
Yeah.
Or write it.
Hell yeah.
Huber, do you want to do this, or is there nothing to go for?
I have 3.
You got
Okay.
3. Okay, best shotgun.
Best shotgun.
All write-ins.
And
from
the
my
nominees
vote.
are-
Thanks.
We will
I
go
did.
in.
Oh, okay.
It's hard to hear.
We'll go in descending order.
Okay.
Oh, preloaded.
He's already got the wins.
Okay.
What are you looking for?
What's
Where's
happening?
the other?
What are you looking for?
Hold on. Okay.
He had it preloaded.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay. Number 3 on the list. I feel if I'm forgetting any, let me know. But there were 3 shotguns that stood out to me this year. Number 3, bronze medal, Quantum Break shotgun.
I remember you praising the shotgun.
Yes.
I do.
Feels so good, so powerful. The machine guns, you have a lot of suppressing fire, but like any shotgun, you've got that stopping power. Especially with like the speed dash. It's one of the best like feeling things in a video game is Quantum Break, dashing up to someone, raising the shotgun, and just blowing them away. It feels so good. So good. Number 2, Battlefield 1, trench gun.
Yep, good time.
You gotta get down and dirty. You gotta be in harm's way to use this thing, to pull it off. Feels really good, especially in such a long range game. It's almost like using a shotgun is like you're doing it right. You're wearing it on your shoulder. Like, I'm proud to be wielding a shotgun in Battlefield 1. But number 1, is it really a surprise? Doom! Hands down!
Yep.
Absolutely hands down Doom. Conflicted, like, Doom to me is battling itself because the double barrel super shotgun and the single barrel shotgun
They're both scratching different itches. I love them both.
Efficiency and power.
Efficiency and power. It's the single barrel in a room full of guys feels so good because you're just kill. But then when you get to a big boss or like a Hell Knight or something, you gotta bust out both barrels. Yeah. So hands down, Doom. Honorable mention, I will give it to just a nod. Mafia 3, good shotgun, good stuff.
What did you think about the overkill shotgun in Gears of War 4?
Overkill Gears.
Oh, that's a pretty good
I
shotgun.
kind of like that. That was a good one.
Yeah, cool
That
mechanic.
was a go-to for me.
There's a little bit,
but it's-
there's a
it's
little
on
bit
an
of
X-
weirdness
it's on
with
an
the
Xbox.
gear shotguns and like
Playing on PC.
people just kind of fall apart like they're
Yeah.
like made out of ceramic. You know,
Yeah.
it's
No, I really liked it. I thought
Yeah.
it was great.
Reaper's shotgun.
Yeah, they're okay.
It's
I
alright.
don't feel like it sounds.
Yeah, it doesn't have the sound. Yeah.
I think it'd be too loud if they cranked it up. If you're Reaper, like, non-stop shooting, it'd be too loud.
let's get Kyle up here.
Yeah. So.
Kyle's got an
Wait, does
award.
anybody disagree though? They do.
No, it's
You're
good.
good,
We were
you're
waiting
good.
for it. We were waiting for it.
Kyle, what the heck is this?
Our next category is Best Pre-Order Incentive. The nominees are Mass Effect Andromeda for a set of Deep Space Explorer armor and a Nomad skin, as well as a multiplayer booster pack. The latter includes 5 50% XP boosters to be used in the co-op mode.
I don't even know what you just said.
The next nominee is NHL 17, where you will get the EA SHL equipment bundle, which includes a unique stick, skates, and gloves for your EA SHL skater, NHL 94 goal celebration, and 1 gold pack per week for 10 weeks. The next nominee, Resident Evil 7, with the survival pack, which contains herbs, first aid med, strong first aid med, lucky coin, and an early unlock of the Madhouse mode difficulty.
Oh my god.
I didn't know that.
Got a winner.
Sell.
The next nominee, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, where you will get playable Goku Black character from Dragon Ball Super, Tao Pai Pai stick vehicle, which replaces the hoverboard in Kanton City. In addition, the following retail exclusive offers are available. At GameStop, you get an exclusive Goku keychain for Power Up Pro Reward members. At Amazon, you get a free digital copy of Dragon Ball Z Volume 1. And at Best Buy, you get 1 free month of unlimited anime streaming from Funimation Now.
That's gotta be the best right there.
Our final nominee is Recore, where you get a free copy of Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts playable on Xbox One.
No.
So it's down. It's down between
no,
the early unlock of Madhouse mode in RE7 and
the anime.
and the $6 retail value free month of unlimited anime streaming from Funimation. Now.
retail
You
value.
forgot a big one.
What's that?
WWE 2K17 pre-order. The only way to play as Bill Goldberg.
What is Bill Goldberg?
He's a wrestler.
legend.
Is he Goldberg?
Yes.
Bill Goldberg is Goldberg.
He's
Yeah.
a
Oh, okay.
legend.
All right.
Who else would he do?
Yeah.
Right in.
Write it in.
All right.
Represent.
So who wins?
Dude, Madhouse mode.
What is
on-
Madhouse mode?
We don't know.
We don't know.
It's just called Madhouse mode, so we love
No,
it.
but I do hate in games when like you have to unlock the hardest
Yeah,
difficulty.
Uncharted does that like every
It's
time,
like,
right?
Let me just crank it up.
Let me crank it.
We're skilled.
We're scared.
We're skilled. We're skilled.
Are you,
like John Carpenter.
are you saying RE7 wins for having that?
For an early unlock.
No, I'm saying I want that.
Herbs.
I want that Goku black character
Yeah,
keychain.
I
We-
think it's
Yeah.
Xenoverse 2
We
for
gotta
sure.
give it to
And the
Xenoverse
anime.
2.
I mean, that's
That's a
valid.
lot of anime.
You're
Especially-
giving anime. You
Also,
got
the
like a
complexity of those benefits, because they're like different at every outlet,
Yeah.
is hilarious.
Okay. So the Easy Allies Awards 2016 for Best Pre-Order incentive goes to Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2.
Woo!
Wait, we picked it for the
Important
keychain,
category.
right? Is that why we picked it?
We picked it for a multitude of reasons. Yeah.
Multitude of reasons.
Very considered.
Good stuff.
So
Anime. Spreading the anime love.
Didn't 15 have like a million
It's
pre-order
encouraging.
bonuses?
Hey, I got
Didn't
this $6
didn't make
of
the
anime.
list.
Would you
Like
like
that
to watch
beat 'em
with
up
me?
game that you could only get at GameStop?
Yeah, didn't make the
Share in
list.
the glory of this anime.
What? All right.
It's okay to like anime, Brad. It's
All right.
okay.
Oh,
So,
Hubert,
all
we need
right.
you back up front.
I'm here.
This is my category.
Best,
I'm here. All right, Bloodworth.
best soundtrack, which I am not at all prepared for. If there are things that should be on this list, people bring them up. Banner Saga 2, which I will right now give the best Austin Wintory score of 2016 too.
Okay, I like it. I like it.
Definitely better than Abzu. Dishonored 2, which somebody brought up. I don't even know what's in there. Doom,
A lot of
which has
strings.
gotten a lot of acclaim from across the board. Would really like to
Yep.
dig into that sucker. Final Fantasy 15,
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
Yep.
Hyperlight Drifter, very much. I love
Disaster Piece.
Disaster Piece, so good. I just listen to that thing a lot. Last Guardian, not a lot of music, but it's all like just really on point. It really brings out those moments when it needs to be there. Owlboy, like again, like here's a sprite-based game with an orchestral score.
Incredible
Sign me up, yeah. Again, Castlevania, not Castlevania, Bloodstained.
Yeah, step up.
Look
your
at
game.
Owlboy and do what they're doing,
Yeah.
please. And Quantum Break, I just remember the tracks that were in the review. I really liked.
good.
So that's why I threw that on
I
there.
don't remember. Okay.
Yeah.
What about Watch Dogs 2, Bloodworth?
Uh,
Got some good
there's
stuff.
some good stuff in there, and not high enough for me to really want to put on
Somebody
the list.
point out I Am Sets and I like the piano.
Oh my god, it's so good.
It's yeah. I mean,
Write
it's
it.
nice for them to like do like an kind of
Starting
yeah
piano does it.
underscored. It's pretty much all piano, right?
Hear me out.
Yeah, pretty much.
Although Brad, I gotta throw you under the bus here, bro. So Brad's giving me tracks to cut the review, and I'm like, these are good tracks. It's kind of a mellow review. You know, we're gonna be like a little somber here. We're just gonna take a little review vacation, no big deal. And then I'm loading up a clip, and they go into combat, and it's dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I'm like, where's this track?
I'm not
What's
huge.
it-
I wasn't huge on the
battle
scene.
music?
I wasn't huge on it,
I need the battle music.
but I wasn't huge on it. I was going for the cozy, like you're drinking hot chocolate on a cold
we
winter's
gotta
day
put
with this
Thumper.
review.
Thumper, all right.
Thumper.
I see this.
Okay.
I see
That
this.
game came out. That's like out.
That's
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
baby.
I see it going down between Doom and
It's
15.
weird.
This is about original music, by the way.
Yeah, the reason I may choose 15 over Doom.
I don't think it's even
Wait,
close.
I don't think it's.
You
down-
think Doom?
Is it down
No,
to
I
those
think it's
two?
15.
Yeah, for variety as well. Doom has a lot of the same tone throughout. Phenomenal.
Don't call me a
soundtrack.
bad list. I told you I wasn't prepared.
15 is so many memorable tracks. I'm humming it in the shower. I'm dreaming about the music. Like all day, every day. That music.
Dreaming about
There
There was a
was
scene that came
Super
on in
Nice does good
15,
soundtrack.
and the track played.
Yeah,
I stopped
Yeah.
playing 15 just to go listen to the track again. That's how
Whoa.
powerful it was.
it's so good.
to me. Like,
Unbelievable
there's
soundtrack.
a lot of times when you're playing a game, sometimes you might be like, oh, the music's good, and then it fades in the background.
Yeah.
There are times with Final Fantasy 15 where the music hits, and you are just in awe. Like, you can't ignore it. It doesn't fade in the background.
Won't be
It's
ignored,
so
yeah.
good.
Some of those.
No
man.
Man's Sky, one of the better things about the game.
Oh sure.
One of the
Man's
things
Sky.
that was done.
Yeah.
That I didn't
Yeah, that's-
hear the music in No Man's Sky.
Yeah,
and I'm
good
like,
point.
Got pretty tired of it. though.
try again. Well, like everything else in that
Yeah,
game.
right.
now.
Yeah. The legacy of No
Yeah.
Man's Sky.
15's
On Fury? Fury?
Fury.
Fury had a great soundtrack.
Is it?
Really
I
cool.
Fury.
Really cool.
I really love the Owlboy soundtrack a lot. The Hyperlight Drifter soundtrack is really good. It hits a very good tone. Like you said, it's listenable on its own too. It's very cool in evoking like that kind of Blade Runner-y kind of vibe. I like it a lot. Dishonored 2, yeah. fits
Dishonored 2
really
is
well.
so good.
Yeah.
It was a toughie.
Yeah, I mean,
Dishonored 2 really sets the tone, also,
Yeah,
depending
yeah,
on the
yeah,
area you're in,
yeah.
which I loved.
Last Guardian is good, but it feels
Karnaka.
a little like safe to me, like very classical. Just
Sure.
kind of-
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Pokemon's good
It didn't.
too, Kyle, the
It
music.
definitely does not stand out as well as
Right.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah. Exactly.
Not at all.
Yeah.
A lot less music.
Yeah, there's a lot less music. That's true.
15 is just on another level to me.
I think.
It's so
I
Oh,
felt
Damiani trolling people. Is
felt
that what's
the
happening right now?
Pikachu song.
Who wrote that?
Man.
Ban
I mean,
Ban them.
personally, for the ones that I've put time into, which again I regret ones that I haven't put time into, it'd probably be like Banner Saga 2 or Hyperlight Drifter. But I'm fine with some of these others winning for sure. let you guys steer this course.
15 Bloodworth. I swear you will not be disappointed.
I'm comfortable. I don't
You
know. I don't
will
feel
look-
confident voting for any of those because I just don't know.
5 years from now, Bloodworth, you will look back on this list and just nod. Yep, 15.
I could talk. Speaking just real quick.
What I've heard of 15 I've liked, for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking really quickly about Thumper, I love it. I'm a huge fan of Lightning Bolt, the band that the guy is in. But I do think that it's a little samey, and it never. You're always kind of waiting for it to like get there, and it never quite does. Which is, I think, part of the point of it. But it's very good. But yeah.
Deus Ex is good, but I didn't feel like it matched how good Human Revolution
Agreed.
was.
I agree 100%.
Firewatch did have a good soundtrack.
I'm confident in Huber's confidence.
Yeah.
And Ben, too.
Final Fantasy 15, everyone?
Ben
Good with
is
that?
hands
I've only
down
heard
15.
a little bit, but it seems pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I think this is like one of the few categories where I'm like,
Yeah.
if you don't pick this, it's
Yeah.
wrong.
Okay.
Some of the most memorable. I'll
All right.
remember a lot of these songs for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Kyle
And the fact that
Bossman.
you can listen to everything in the car.
And,
It's a nice thing. Yeah, it's a nice touch.
He
So
wrote
Silver
Dark
Medal
Souls
going to
3.
Doom. Sounds like
Probably Doom.
honorable mention. Doom.
Oh my god, that
Just a lot of-
soundtrack's
lot of Doom-
so sweet,
lot of
dude.
Doom love in chat.
Yeah.
we
Good lord,
Can
it's
we
so good.
applaud Final Fantasy 15?
Final Fantasy 15.
Yes.
Kyle Bossman, let's get on this couch.
Why, what's up?
You have a very important category to reveal.
Which one?
Reveal
The
yourself.
Patron Game of the
Oh!
Patrons Goaty.
Sick.
So I'll set this up, but I want to hear Jones read it off because of Jones's voice.
Year. Yeah.
So, earlier this week, I guess it was Sunday night, we asked the patrons of easyallies.com/Patreon, patreon.com/easyallies, sorry. Don't do it the other way around. Patreon.com/easyallies, the patrons. What is the best game of the year? We had a lot of votes. That didn't make the print.
Wow.
It was, I think, over 1,200 votes.
Wow.
Nice.
A lot of people, normally we don't get that many votes on anything. And so Jones is going to read off in descending order the top 10.
This is so exciting.
Yes.
I have no idea who wins
It's
this.
an
I'm
incredible
pumped.
list.
Nice.
Very
I'm
proud of you.
So pumped. Bless you.
Go ahead, Jones.
Don't think ahead by process of elimination. Just
Yeah.
take it in. Just
Take it
absorb
in.
it.
Read
Yep.
the percentages too.
The 10 best games of the year with 2% of the vote. Coming in at number 10, Titanfall 2.
2%.
Nice.
Made the cut. Made the cut. Made the cut.
With 4% of the vote. Coming in at number 9, beating out Titanfall 2, Inside.
Inside. Little low on that list, but okay.
Sneaking ahead with 5% of the vote at number 8, with a good soundtrack, Doom.
Yes.
Beating out Doom with 6% of the vote for number 7, The Witness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should be a little higher, but yeah.
Surprising.
I love how we just jump 1 percentage point up as we go down the list.
And it's
7%
only like
of the
5
vote
votes, too.
of the vote at number 6, Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Ah.
Nice.
Yep. Which we will review in about a month.
Yeah. No, it's going to be spring.
Coming in 8% of the vote at number 5, The Last Guardian.
Okay.
Number 5. We're in the top 5.
Beating out
That's actually
Last
pretty
Guardian.
good for coming out just a week ago.
Sure. For the 4th spot, with 9% of the vote, Dark Souls 3.
Okay. All right.
I expected more from you, chat.
All right.
If there's
Nobody's
well,
perfect.
if there's anything you might love more than Dark Souls, Brad, coming in at number 3 with 10%, Overwatch.
No. Yes.
But maybe. If anything had a chance.
It was close. It's very close.
Wow.
2 left.
Oh my god.
2
I think
left.
I know what these two are.
Coming in at number 2, 13% of the vote,
Not Battlefield.
Final Fantasy
No,
15.
Battlefield's on
Yes.
this list?
I don't know.
Number one.
I don't know. It could be one.
Yes. Gives a
It's
damn.
Battlefield number 1 with
15, number
23% of the vote. 23%.
3.
At
Wow.
number 1, Uncharted.
Yeah.
4.
Great pick. Great pick, chat.
Great pick, chat.
Great pick.
There they are.
So wait, one more time. Battlefield 1 is not on that list.
Not on that
Not
list.
Not on the top 10.
They didn't vote.
You
on
know.
the top 10.
Less than
No
2%.
one does.
But you know what? What it is? Pokemon.
Okay, I just
Right? Am I right?
It is.
Yeah, Pokemon number 6 right there.
Yes.
The devastation.
That's pretty.
devastation.
That's pretty wild. That's pretty
So,
wild.
Anyone
That's
curious
great.
though? We did allow write-ins. None of the write-ins got more votes than Titanfall 2.
Okay.
So yeah, that
Okay.
was.
So
we
every
did it.
game that you think is not on the list probably was written in.
Yeah, it was.
So that is a look into our deliberation process. That is, of course, we used to do like the
That
console
was way
awards
worse
back in
than
the
anything
day.
we actually deliberated about the video upcoming.
Yeah, there's just no way not to hurt feelings, not to have some bloody noses coming out of
Salt.
these. Plenty of salt. You got to dust off the salt because it is now time
Oh my god.
to show and announce.
Great question. Do we
Yep.
know what the number one write-in was?
It was a tie between Deus Ex and Hitman.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody cares but you, I guess.
Wow. I'm shocked here.
Nobody loves Battlefield. Go Giants.
So we
Go
didn't.
Giants!
Go
Yeah.
Giants! You're in the nightmare dimension, Hubert. It's fine.
Only one more week.
You're in the upside down.
Hey, great 10 out of 10 list. Great year for game.
Yeah, thank you so much for voting.
says-
The community comments, is that up yet?
But no Battlefield.
Community comments for December. If you qualify, if you're high enough patron on patreon.com/easyallies. Our community comments for the month of December, that video will be going up in January, is Game of the Year themed. So if you would like to elaborate on why that is your Game of the Year, we will be adding all that up. And just kind of looking back at what the community liked throughout the year and why in January the community comments video. December community comments video for the comments from November will be done very shortly. It is not done because yesterday and today I was editing the video you are about to see, which is yes, which is a 14-minute video that is our Game of the Year video. We picked 12 nominees, and before we sat down and deliberated all these fine categories, we picked what our Game of the Year was, deliberating both in person and online. We all voted, we all weighed in. And we have 12 nominees, so hopefully we've all spoken to why we consider these the best games of the year, and some other games that we give some love to in the intro. But we will be back to talk about our personal picks. For now, enjoy the video that if you want, you can go check out on youtube.com/easyallies right after this. We will be putting it live. But for now, here it is, the Easy Allies 2016 Game of the Year. "2015 may have been the year of dreams, but 2016 saw many of our dreams finally become reality. A decade after first unveiling Final Fantasy Versus 13, the game finally released after one last delay in the form of the rebranded and retooled Final Fantasy 15. If that weren't enough, The Last Guardian, once stuck in a years-long development hell, saw the light of day a mere week after Square Enix's Juggernaut arrived. These were just two parts in the final act of a remarkable year in gaming. There were plenty of fireworks during 2016. Good old World of Warcraft shows no signs of stopping after enjoying a massive resurgence with the release of its newest expansion, Legion. Blizzard also further dazzled us with the magnificent brand new IP, Overwatch, which has taken the world by storm. Once deadlocked in a battle for modern warfare, Call of Duty went to the future in an attempt to innovate, while Battlefield went back in time for its inspiration. And don't forget that Titanfall 2 dropped in between those two heavy hitters with its own solid attempt to vie for FPS supremacy. Nintendo had a relatively quiet year as it prepares to make the Switch, but those pesky pocket monsters were certainly busy. Pikachu and friends conquered the world for about a month after the release of Pokemon Go, though Nintendo missed the boat. They caught the next one just in time, though, arriving in the Alola region to celebrate one of the best-selling games under this year's sun, or moon if you prefer. It was a banner year for indies as well, with landmark releases like Owlboy, which was also in development for 10 years, among other gems including Abzu, The Witness, Inside, and Hyper Light Drifter. There were simply too many great games this year, and in the end, the Allies had to make some tough cuts to get down to the final list of 12 nominees. Here are EZA's best of the best for 2016. And the nominees are... Looking back to push the franchise forward, Battlefield delivers its most intimate entry yet. The older technology of World War I creates a battle that is reliant on trenches and close-quarters combat, a stark contrast to the modern and futuristic shooters littering the industry. The campaign isn't only about fun and adventure, but tells an important message by emphasizing what it means to be part of a war, and the looming tragedy each soldier faces. The multiplayer portion is what players will be engaged with for the next year or more, thanks to a variety of maps and modes that change the way each match plays out, and produce an endless supply of memorable moments. Dark Souls 3 manages to exceed our already high expectations for the series. The forlorn gothic world, haunting music, and adrenaline-pumping combat blend together perfectly. Add in some magnificent boss encounters and the Ashes of Ariandel DLC, and you have an unforgettable adventure. If this is truly the end, it's more than a worthy send-off for the legendary franchise. Dishonored 2 defines what it means to approach objectives in various ways. Stages are packed with alternate paths and meaningful rewards that contribute to a detailed living world. The use of powers to navigate the environment and eliminate targets adds a complex layer of strategy to nearly every moment of the memorable journey. Additionally, its two playable protagonists offer different abilities and outlooks, encouraging players to experiment and pay attention to their surroundings. Dishonored 2 may not have created the concepts behind immersive sims, but it's a shining example to remind players of their freedom. Doom was an easy game to doubt. Could it really capture the essence of the also-important first two games and still feel like more than a mere throwback? Surprisingly, yes. While sprinting through the blood-soaked corridors listening to Mick Gordon's crushing soundtrack, it's almost as if Doom never left. Here's a game that's great because it knows exactly what it is. Doom never tries to add features, overcomplicate itself, or dumb things down in a vain effort to please everyone. There's a triumphant sense of rebellion in nearly every facet of the design. It's loud, violent, and hellish. Welcome back, Doom. Long may you reign. Although it's not immediately obvious, Final Fantasy XV carries many of the traits that once made the classic games feel so bold and vital. Rather than entrenching itself in the conventions of the past, Final Fantasy XV looks forward, offering a sizable world to freely explore and a new battle system that finds an excellent balance between RPG and action. Yet what's more essential than anything is that 15 nails the journey in a way the single-player Final Fantasy games haven't come close to since the PS2 days. The more you invest into and poke around in the game, the more you come to understand Noctis, Ignis, Gladiolus, and Prompto. It's a bond that feels remarkably natural, thanks in large part to how it's presented. Instead of large chunks of story all at once, 15 relishes in side conversations or small, unexpected moments that show rather than tell. For years, fans will debate the merits of the game and whether or not it lived up to expectations, but for us, it was an adventure that restored much of our enthusiasm for all things Final Fantasy. Inside is one of 2016's shining examples of loving dedication to artistic craft and clarity of vision, an easy recommendation for anyone who enjoys any type of game. The complex narrative told without words is one of the strangest, most moving, and most startling we've seen this year, leaving us to question exactly what it all means. It captivates with its superb audio design, and the beauty of the smooth and realistic character animation is a sterling achievement in gaming for a development team of any size. The scale and design of The Last Guardian is astounding, taking you to precarious heights as you search for a path forward, struggling to escape a labyrinth of towering ruins. At the center of it all is the relationship between you and the mythical beast Trico. You have to gain one another's trust, learn to communicate, and work together to overcome the obstacles before you. Trico's behavior and animation make it surprisingly believable, reminding us of our own pets, and vice versa. There's a profound bond between man and beast, and it's a remarkable adventure. Blizzard's first-person shooter Overwatch impressed us all year with its over-the-top action. Its unique cast of lovable characters and team-focused play set the foundation, but its impressive amount of post-launch support that's added new maps, modes, and characters has helped cement its dominance. With more additions to come for the foreseeable future, it's hard not to be excited. Overwatch is truly the gift that keeps on giving. The artful manner in which Pokemon Sun and Moon manages the fine balance of preserving the series' strengths while introducing new ideas is uniquely uplifting. Conventions that have been applied to every single Pokemon game have been tossed aside and replaced with logical improvements and unexpected challenges. It's a game where you feel both at home and consistently surprised. Considering the drastic expectations of its enormous audience, Pokemon Sun and Moon pays off on an almost impossible task, which is to say that after checking off all the little boxes, making fans happy and newcomers welcome, it's still a wildly fun game. No shooter currently available feels better than Titanfall 2. As you slowly acclimate to the controls, it becomes apparent how much freedom players are given when getting from point A to B. The flexible and easy-to-use movement options not only look flashy, but add such incredible depth to firefights. Learning how to outmaneuver the enemy is just as important as picking the right loadout. Titans themselves are also much more distinct and interesting than they are in the original game. Unlike almost every other shooter with a strong multiplayer component, Titanfall 2 has a single-player campaign worth caring about. Not content with merely shuffling you through one whack-a-mole room to another, the campaign features puzzles and platforming that reminds us of the glorious PC days of the early and late 90s. Titanfall 2 is not selling as well as it deserves to be, which is a shame because it's just as good, if not better, than every other shooter released this year. Naughty Dog gives Nathan Drake one more shot at the big score in A Thief's End and brings the journey to life with their obsessive attention to detail. Uncharted 4 is not just a breathtaking series of daredevil stunts, it tells a satisfying story about marriage, brotherhood, and the lengths we'll go to fulfill our dreams. The quest takes us around the world through jaw-dropping environments and some of the best character animation in the medium. A masterful single-player campaign is complemented by multiplayer modes that incorporate every advancement made in the series, and continue to impress months later. Uncharted 4 is an emotional trip, and the type of tale that could only be told this well in a video game. The Witness is a philosophical puzzle game through and through, offering a deceptively simple mechanic that twists and expands in a surprising number of head-scratching ways. Equally labyrinthine is the game's narrative, or perhaps the primer that masquerades loosely as narrative. Audio logs quote historical figures, ponderous videos play on for startling lengths, and even the landscape itself seems to be trying to teach you something. The Witness succeeds at not only being a beautifully designed, visually stunning puzzle game, it also effortlessly elevates the simple task of connecting the dots into the realms of lasting art. This is a diverse lineup of competitors, but in the end, it came down to Uncharted 4, Final Fantasy XV, and The Last Guardian.
three of the most anticipated games of 2016, standing toe-to-toe at last. It was only by a few votes that one of them stood out as our game of the year. And the winner is... We here at Easy A don't throw the phrase worth the wait around lightly, yet it's hard to imagine a game more worthy of the description than The Last Guardian. After the brilliance of Ico and the wonder of Shadow of the Colossus, we were wrong to doubt Fumito Ueda and the company's ability to create some truly awe-inspiring moments and captivating scenarios. Watching the unbreakable bond between boy and beast develop over the course of the adventure tugs on your emotions in all the right ways. The well-crafted puzzles make great use of the team dynamic, and when the action unfolds, it leaves you breathless. Let's hope this isn't the last we hear from Team Ico.
And there we go.
Last Guardian.
Yeah.
Congratulations
I was surprised.
to The Last Guardian for winning the first ever Easy Allies Game of the Year award. Extremely divisive between those two three. I mean, those two three between the three finalists. Extremely divisive just across the board. Like, I definitely had my favorites, and we can talk about those now. But like, I mean, I think they're all exceptional games. I have myself not played Last Guardian. I'm really, eagerly anticipating it. Loving 15, playing through it right now. So I'm just excited about everything that was nominated. I think we just had a really great year. Was stoked that something like Pokemon could get recognition there, and something like Inside, and of course tons of other things like a Civilization 6 and other stuff. There were lots of stuff that even cutting the list down to 12, like we unfortunately had to bump some stuff out. So So yeah, thank you for watching, and thank you for watching the Game of Year award. Let's do some personal picks.
Ooh,
Personal
personal
picks.
picks. Bloodworth's got some personal
I got my
picks.
personal picks picked out. Yeah, so for me, The Last Guardian was my number one. And I was surprised that it ended up getting other people's picks because I figured it was going to be one of those things that, like, coming out in December and everyone's already sort of, settled themselves into what they want for Game of the Year. And it's like, oh, I'm not the only one. And it was crazy because, like, even people that didn't pick it as their first, it was, like, their second, so it was pretty crazy. The Witness would have been my number one before that. Was just really blown away by how well designed that game is, and just probably the most satisfying platinum you could ever earn.
Yeah.
That's so crazy hard and crazy good. Uncharted 4 was very impressed by. I'm sure a lot more people will talk about that. Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. Just really love that game. Love how it'll let you, kind of just have that open-endedness to go and do things that you aren't really supposed to go to do yet, And then Forza Horizon 3 would be my number 5, I think, because
Excellent pick.
yeah, it's super good on a lot of levels, and I think anyone can get into it. And then every track has just been great. I want to check out the new expansion that just came out today. Really, really great game. Definitely one of my favorite racing games so far that has at least one that has real cars.
And yeah, and a tough one not to nominate. That was definitely one of the ones when we had to cross stuff off. It was like, well, there's not much you can fault about that game. That is a very good game. Do you want to go on the couch first, Brad? You got your picks locked and loaded.
Yeah. I'll do like my top 5. Number 5 is Overwatch for me.
Whoa.
All the way down at 5.
Yeah.
Whoa.
After,
Dude, this
after
was a
everything that's happened.
This was a very
What a
tough
year.
year for me to pick my
Wow.
games. And you all know how strongly I feel about that game, dude. Just love it. Number 4 is Uncharted 4. Perfect send off for that series. Just beautifully crafted story. What an adventure, man. Number 3 is Dark Souls 3. You know, I love that Miyazaki. Can't get enough of that. That beautiful world combat, all that whole universe. Number 2 was Last Guardian. Man, what a special game. At first, I had my doubts about it when I was playing it. Then it all just clicked for me, and it's an unforgettable game for me.
Yeah, actually, I mean, I think that's something that's like, even I had that experience where like that first 3 or 4 hours, like, it's good, but I don't really know what to say about it yet. You know, like Huber got worried when he asked me about it. You know, and like, but it is that bond. It is that like slow build, and like everything that happens, and it, like how it all plays out just really pays off.
Number 1 is Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
My God, that was the first game I played where I played 10 hours, and I had no idea that much time had passed. I haven't done that in like legit 8 years or something like that. In the cast of characters, I was so attached to that entire time. The second time I've ever come close to crying in a video game, ever, is from that game.
Whoa.
It was just a beautiful piece for me. Has its problems, but the good outweighed the bad for me by a huge amount.
We got a woo from a Kyle Bossman for that number 1 pick.
Normally, I got weird picks. You know, I got like, I liked this weird game more than... This year, I can honestly say I don't have any picks that are not in the top 12. This has been such a really good year for video games. You don't have to be like, oh, AAA, this game sucked. Like, they're all super good. No weird picks. No personal picks for me. Everything I had is represented. Maybe Digimon, but like, come on. To me, Last Guardian is just easily just game of the year. Just really, really so good.
I'm glad you didn't write that entry. That's so good.
Really, really so good.
Really, really so good.
Really, really.
Really, really
so good.
So good.
Fade to black, Easy Allies logo, and we're done. Brad, you want to swap up Mr. Damiani?
Yeah,
Maybe get him and
yeah.
talk about some picks.
Damiani.
Damiani surprised me with those picks.
What picks?
Let's talk picks.
Top
Your
picks
votes, baby.
From the legend. Oh, scared you. I'm sorry. Scared you.
It's cool. I was totally not expecting that. I was like, I'm gonna relax. Boom.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Goaties.
Boom.
One of the picks.
Boom. All right. So
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna go in a different order. I'm gonna go in the
my.
order I felt like.
Whoa.
So my favorite game of the year was The Last Guardian.
All right.
So.
All right.
Okay. Weird noises coming from over there. I think the best thing I can say to illustrate how obsessed I got with that game is when I told everyone here that I spent a minimum of 20 minutes. I think it was actually 30 minutes in the end.
Wow.
Just petting Trico at the beginning. I didn't want to go on. It was like, oh, there's a hole over here you're supposed to go through. I'm like, no. No, I am sitting here and I'm playing with Trico for a while. I'm not going on. I really liked how it felt. The game to me felt like everything that I had to complain about with the original Eco. Like in terms of like the buddy partner system. People keep mentioning like they're having issues with like the pet AI and stuff. Mm-hmm. I didn't really encounter that. I felt like it did what I expected it to do, and at times what I wanted it to do.
Because you put the time in.
Maybe because I own cats,
Yes.
and I'm used to dealing with cats, and I know they don't immediately like, hey, go over here. Like, no, I'm not gonna go over there. Like,
really
try
funny.
again. Throw more food over there. I'm like, I know what's going on up here. Yeah. Yes. I like that a lot. And I wrote that line at the end. Like, I want Oida to make more games. Like, I know they take forever. I just want more of those. And I played on PlayStation 4 Pro, so I also didn't come across any technical issues that people keep screaming about and stuff. But I believe they're on PlayStation 4, so it's, kind of unfortunate. I'm gonna give one of my picks to a remaster.
Ooh.
I am giving it to Gravity Rush Remastered.
Ooh.
Just because we talked about it earlier, I think every one of you should try that game out if you can.
Yes. Yeah.
Especially before you play Gravity Rush 2. Like, find a way to play Gravity Rush Remastered. It was cheap when it came out. It's been on sale several times, I think.
Yeah.
I have no idea what it costs right now. But please play that game. It is really good. I really like the story. I really like the world they crafted for it. And the gameplay feels so much better playing with on a normal controller for me, like PlayStation 4. You can still do the tilt stuff, or whatever, with the DualShock, I believe. You can turn that on or something, but you don't have to have it. That was like the biggest thing. I remember capturing that game for the Vita when I was reviewing it and having to do the tilt while Chris was trying to hold the camera and trying to follow it and stuff. It was like, oh, it was a nightmare to capture.
It's on sale right now.
$15.
There you go, $15.
$15.
Pick it up.
You should definitely.
Great purchase.
You should definitely get it. What was my other ones? I want to give a shout out, even though I didn't give it the highest score. I want to give a little bit of a shout out to World of Final Fantasy in terms of. I like the nostalgia in it in terms of going to the different worlds and seeing them reimagined a little bit in 3D and stuff like that. I know that there's a lot more to that game I thought could have been done, but there were just some moments in that game I was like, yes, this is good. This is very good. And the soundtrack in that game, we didn't bring up as one of the soundtrack nominees. That's my fault for not saying
World
anything.
of Final Fantasy?
Yes. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Because it's mostly remixes and rearrangements of all the music.
Yeah,
So
it's a weird place for those kinds of-
it's a little weird. Just like I never pointed out in 15, like Jones reminded me today, the whole entire Final Fantasy like universe soundtrack is in 15 basically. You
In
have
that car.
through the car, so it's like, do you count that or not? Like what do you do? So I wanted to give a shout out to that. I want to give a shout out to Attack on Titan.
Oh shit.
Well,
Not the greatest game, but really, really good effort. It is the best Attack on Titan game adaptation I've ever played. I had a blast with it. I streamed that game way more than I needed to, and had a really good time. It just delivered the perfect feel of using omnidirectional mobility gear, 3D maneuvering gear. Tell you many stories about the official terminology. Not gonna. It just felt like great playing that. Like I was like, this is how I would imagine it would be going like this fast and stuff. And it might have seemed repetitive to some people, but killing the Titans was so good sometimes. So good. And then finally, just because it was the way before the anime got there, shame on you, Naruto anime.
Oh, damn.
But Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 wrapping up the Naruto storyline.
Yeah.
Getting that cinematic experience like Cyber Connect 2. Still the best at doing that. Oh gosh, that stuff is so good. They trimmed out some of the crap from 3. 3 like stumbled. 2 was really good. 3 stumbled. 4 brought it back. Really good finale there as well. They went past it as well. They showed you some of the bonus stuff. Oh, so good. Just getting to play the finale of Naruto with the fight. I'm not spoiling it for anyone. But getting to finally play that part, I was like, yes, we're going here. We're doing this. It's like, didn't even care about the anime anymore. Like, Huber's like, Damiani, where are you in the anime?
Where are you, man?
I already played Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. I'm done. I had 5 disappointing games.
Damn.
it's a lot of picks, bro.
Great.
You gotta get to.
No,
You gotta
those
get
are
to.
good picks. Those
Yeah,
are good picks,
those are good
Damiani.
I'll do those later.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
He has 5 more that are disappointing.
I wasn't gonna.
Oh, I thought you were like, my
Yeah.
list was disappointing.
No,
No.
He wants more screen
the
time.
The last time I did this, I picked like the 5 best, and I picked the 5 most disappointing.
Oh, okay.
But I'll save it.
Save it. Yeah, that's good though. Do it Damiani story time or whatever.
Ben Moore, give me the picks.
I loved Last Guardian and Final Fantasy. I still am not totally sure which one is my number 1 and 2. But
Well, you picked the number 1 and 2.
I did. I think I might be. I originally
I
picked
think
Final
you are.
Fantasy 15. Yeah, but I don't know anymore because I keep thinking about the story in The Last Guardian and how well it's presented. And story is a really big deal for me, and characters are a really big deal for me. And boy, did I care for Trico a lot. So I'm going to have to think about that one. I'm not sure which my number 1 and number 2 are. But I kind of want to do what Damiani did and give some shout-outs to things that weren't represented. I don't think I was just happier playing a game this year than I was with Dragon Quest Builders. It's a game I would jump into and I would just smile. It has such a good presentation. It makes it fun to build things while giving you a purpose for doing so. And that really helps me because if you just say, build something, give me any direction, I get really anxious about it. So I love Dragon Quest Builders. My favorite thing about it is that it's set in the alternate timeline of Dragon Quest 1. I think they played around with that in a really smart way. Man, Let It Die, though. Let It Die. Let It Die just keeps coming back for me. I used to hold Suda51 in high regard, and I know he didn't direct this game, but his fingerprints are all over it. I think a lot of people just go, oh, Suda games, they're weird. And yeah, they are weird, but the reason I think the Grasshopper is so revered by so many people is because it's weird in a super smart way. They make lowbrow jokes, and then they make a really smart joke that if you're not paying attention, you'll miss. and all of that stuff is there. But I think for the first time, like the combat is there. Like Huber said it best. Like just beating people to a pulp in that game feels so good.
The
and
unarmed combat,
yeah,
specifically.
Yeah, like they.
Which is good because your weapons break
Yeah.
like, immediately.
Yeah.
It's
like punching things.
It's
Yeah.
fun just hitting dudes and shooting dudes and punching dudes, and then you can do a rage attack where you like rip them apart, and then you do a gore-tastic attack where they bleed for like 10 seconds.
There's
and it's great.
There's a lot of professional wrestling undertones as
Oh,
well.
very overt. Yeah, I am more interested in professional wrestling because of Let It Die.
It's like suplex.
It's maybe a mad world.
The last game I want to talk about real quick is oh no, 2 more games. Sorry, Monster Hunter Generations. I feel like Monster Hunter Generations is great because like not only is it just another excellent Monster Hunter game, but the styles. So the big thing with Monster Hunter is you choose a weapon, and there were weapons where I would use them and I just wouldn't understand it. But now there are 3 different ways that you can use all of those weapons, and so there were things that I hated before that I've come around on because I can play with them in different ways. I think that's pretty awesome. And I know it came out in December of 2015, but I'm putting it on my 2016 Game of the Year list.
That's standard across
Okay.
award shows.
All right. Trails of Cold Steel. Trails of Cold Steel, I think, like, the first time I played Persona 3, that's the vibe I'm getting from Trails of Cold Steel, where it's like, I've been sleeping on this series, and I shouldn't be. Like, this is one of the best JRPGs that's out right now. It's got the characters, it's got the battle system, it's got the story, and I can't wait to have more formalized thoughts on it in the future. So, those are my picks.
Nice, Ben.
I just thought of a pick actually that wasn't in the top 12.
Ooh. What was that?
Batman Arkham VR.
Oh,
Sure.
Tell us about it.
Yeah. Really felt like Batman. I got to be Batman for a night. Really cool. It was a night. And so, obviously, it's not like a Game of the Year nominee, but just a really cool thing I've never done in a video game before. VR has been a lot of that for me, but I think Batman is the highlight of all the weird PSVR stuff I've done this year.
Nice. But what a night.
It was
What a
cool.
night.
What a night.
Rewinding time and stuff is really neat.
All right, Ian Huber, get on the couch.
Okay.
Come on up.
Down,
Go down.
Go for it, UV.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. If I could, I would have nominated the For Honor Beta or Alpha for Game of the Year. Like, honestly, they could have released that and had one-on-one duels. Just that's the game. And knowing that there's so much more beyond that is incredibly exciting. The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine. It's like because Hearts of Stone was like many months before that.
Yeah.
Just being able to go back into the world of The Witcher was so cozy and warm and exciting, and the story they told, like this standalone tale, and the fact that it's just. I don't want to spoil anything, but culmination. Just such a beautiful little bow on top of the gift that is The Witcher 3.
Dude, Huber, you're so right.
It's unreal.
Great
Like
talent.
Witcher, Blood and Wine.
Good pick,
Yeah,
Huber.
love
Good
it.
pick,
Blood
Huber.
and Wine! One more, the Blood and Wine. What am I forgetting? Battlefield 1, obviously. Incredible multiplayer. That is like, it's hands down like my favorite multiplayer game of the year. Like most of the Allies, single player and story seem to be like our main thing we love, or in Ian's case, lore.
And gameplay.
Yeah. But in terms of just like multiplayer game where you hop in with co-op or against people, competitive, Battlefield 1, hands down. And like affecting me emotionally. Like so many games are about like murdering and killing, like sort of find games without killing people. Battlefield 1 is like, yo, like this is a serious subject, and I thought it handled it really well. Final Fantasy 15, because of the journey. Like that, I love going on journeys and adventures in video games, and going to all the outposts. One of my favorite things in real life, are diners.
Yeah.
There's a lot of diners
Yeah, dude.
in
Dude,
Final
yes.
Fantasy 15. I love a good diner.
That's like the most hyped thing I've heard about this game. I
yeah.
really want to play this game now.
Also, one of my
Have you seen the food yet?
No, I just watching the footage and
Yeah.
stuff. I'm like, man, this feels like a chill game.
yes.
I might buy it like tonight.
Also, one of my favorite things in video games is monster hunting. There's a lot of that in Final Fantasy 15.
Hunts!
Yeah. Love the monster hunts. Just 15, like, just a lot of blemishes, but they never took away from the adventure that game was. It was a journey. But my number one is Uncharted 4 because it offers just a range of elements, whether it be gameplay or emotions. It touched them all for me. It was so engaging, and it's just fun every single second.
The total
No,
package.
not every single second.
Every single second.
It's not about being fun every single second.
Well, but
I
even
would debate that. And
even-
that's why it's a good game.
even at some parts
Yeah.
when it's not supposed to be fun, like
Yeah.
it's super intense,
Right.
I'm still engaged.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I dig, Huber. I dig when you're on the boat with your brother and you're like,
Yeah.
this doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm on an
Uneasy.
adventure and this doesn't feel right.
Of course.
I promised Elena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emotionally
Bad husband.
invested.
Mhm.
Also, the multiplayer in Uncharted 4 too. I just think it's like this really complete package for a video game. I think it's the most complete game of 2016.
Nice.
That's it.
Cool.
So,
Ian, when I want deep lore and good gameplay, what game should I play?
Gameplay.
The Witness.
Oh, okay.
oh, I forgot Dark Souls 3. Sorry, Dark Souls 3.
No,
Yeah,
you made
take
your
over.
choice.
Take over.
Some fan you are.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna talk about the winners, but like, I have 2 honorable mentions: Let It Die and Owlboy. I think those
Owlboy.
are really fun. Then my number 5 is Dishonored 2. My number 4 is Inside. My number 2, because my 1 is a tie, but my number 2 is the Neo Beta. It was like pretty much my favorite game this year. And then for number 1 is a tie between The Witness and Dark Souls 3, because I think they both pretty much flawlessly nailed what they were doing, but they're very, very different. So yeah,
Inside.
that was my
He said that.
Oh, you said.
4.
Sorry. Missed. I was reading the comments. I'm sorry. I was reading the comments.
Your arm is so supportively
Sorry.
around his back.
Sorry.
Like you're really there for him.
He went right through it. He went right through it. I missed it.
I also love Bound. Yeah, Bound is really.
I was reading those comments.
I regretfully have not played. I'm starting to play 15 now, but I'm not anywhere like into it. I'm meaning like progression wise. Like I am into the game. I am enjoying it, and I have not touched The Last Guardian at all. Before I talked about my favorite game of the year, definitely want to give. We've talked about Inside a little bit, but I like the thing that the greatest value I can think of Inside when it reached the end of the year was that. Because it was such a divisive year, and because there's so many different games for different tastes, it's like if you're into really hard games, if you're really into just solely multiplayer stuff, if you want really big complex RPGs or like really good shooters, like FPS was just massively competitive this year. There's so many reasons to like check in with somebody and be like, well, what do you like? Like, what type of games do you like? Like, would you be interested in this difficulty? Like, yeah, Last Guardian's good, but if you really want a game to be responsive and do what you want to do immediately, you would tear your hair out. Yeah. I don't know a human being that should not play Inside. Like, I don't know anybody, like, there's... to the point that if somebody had played that game and didn't like it and didn't have anything interesting to say about it, I would stare at that person for a while. Be like, really? There's not not one element that you thought was interesting out of that? And the footage you actually saw in the video that we put up was me last night playing it because I realized, like, oh, crap, we don't have footage. And I was like, oh, twist my arm. I'll play the first, like, 2 hours of Inside again. And just... how tight that game controls, like how if I'm just like, oh, I gotta go move that box, it's not, I don't like run over to the box and I'm just like, now I gotta get behind it and now I gotta like position it and then okay, now I'm pushing it forward. I just go up and I grab it and I move it and like everything is just it's
and while still looking fluid and beautifully realistic the whole time. Best animation I think I've ever seen in a game.
And just and it's a really interesting comment that like I'm playing something like a Call of Duty where like millions of lives are being lost in front of me and I'm shooting with guys with shotgun in the head and just like woo. Whereas, like, I'm playing it, and I'm kind of desensitized to it. which is fine. But like you play something like Inside, where like a guy with a flashlight in a forest, one person just comes up and grabs me, and like I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm just like, what's your problem, man? Like, what's going on here? Like, there's just so many questions, and you don't really get that answers, I think, which is why one game that, again, if I had played 15 and Last Guardian, I probably would have much more interesting things to say about them. But like The Witness, man, like the fact that there's this game, there's this whole like language going on. There's like a physical presence of another world in this world that you never get to see, you never get direct access to. Nothing is never. The name of the game is never like, okay, here's what it is. It's like, no, you have to. Even when you're done, it's like, I mean, I think I got those puzzles right. Like you commented when you're reviewing it, you were like, I did a series of them, and then went to the next series and was like, whoa, I just lucked out.
Yeah.
Like I just did. Like
I
thought I got that. Was that you? You're like, I thought I got that, but I didn't.
Yeah.
You know, and like. And the way that those, like the 5 puzzles are set up every time, by the time you hit that 4th, you're just like, screw you, game. And like, it's there. And I'm the type of gamer that I like things spelled out for me just out of convenience. Like, I like it when, like, I don't mind hand holding. I'm like, thank you. Like, it's because I like escapism. I like to play games for that reason. And so, for that reason, because Witness is not my type of game, I respect that so much. Uncharted 4 is absolutely my game of the year. I went into it. I frustrated Huber because I didn't finish it. And I definitely had some starts and stops with it where I would boot it back up and think, like, okay, where was I going? What was I doing? But it just really felt taken care of while playing that game. Like, I really, like, absolutely everything I did, every time I was looking for some place to go or having a conversation with somebody or just, like, either whether I was directly engaged in the game or just putting the controller down and watching it, everything just felt so deliberate, so polished, so intentional. There were scenes I went in expect like another flashback, and then 15 minutes later I'm like weeping and just like, oh my god, this is such an interesting moment, and it's so cool. I really want to give a shout out to Naughty Dog in this era of like taking people's faces and like putting them into games and making something hyper realistic that we can see. And I did not finish 2 and did not play Uncharted 3 at all. And, like, I was heavily emotionally invested in all of these mistakes he was making. He's such a fallible character. And, like I'm feeling regret over all this dumb stuff that he's doing. And, like, dealing with your relationship with your brother. Even though I just met that character. And I normally hate stuff like that where they're like, oh, he had a brother. It's like, he did? Really? They never mentioned him ever in 1, 2, and 3. But like, okay. But it's still, like, by the end of that, I was like, I love him. I want to care for him. I'm so conflicted right now. And seeing, and I know we've done flashbacky stuff in Uncharted games before, but seeing the life of Nathan Drake through many different instances and getting an idea of who he was, and it's not because I like the guy from PT. Hello, it's not because like, oh, I like that guy from Walking Dead. You know, it's just like, no, I like Drake. I like him as a character, and he's one of the most well realized video game characters I've ever seen. So kudos to them for making that just unbelievably gorgeous game. So. But I can't fault any of these noms. It's such a divisive year. I think more than anything, I'm so curious to go see like what did Game Informer give it? What did IGN give it?
Yeah,
what did GameSpot? Like I'm really curious. Like I'd love to add it all up and see what the preferred for goatees are, because I think it's gonna be all over the place. I thought it, and not only that, but like throughout the year, like even like January, I was like XCOM contender. You know, like here we are so many years later, like oh yeah. XCOM was good, but there's just so many awesome games this year. So
a lot of people want you to say Overcooked.
Oh, and Overcooked. Oh, yeah. And Overcooked, I mean, one of the best gaming satisfactions of 2016, because everywhere I read, they're just like, oh, yeah, I mean, whatever you do, don't play this with your spouse, because it's just over.
Yeah.
And Amanda, I 5-starred that entire game, still happily married. And great to see her just, like, voraciously. Like, when Amanda comes up to me while I'm, like, super busy and is like, can we play some Overcooked later? I'm like, well, really? Like, yeah, of course we can. So yeah, and just not, I mean, how simple that game is, and how like, not, I mean, it's a well constructed game, but like it's very bare bones. But they got it. They knew what they were doing, and that's the type of game that just keep more maps, more modes. I'll play all of it, and of course builders. But I mean, you know, definitely my favorite thing from 2016 was Easy Allies. If we're gonna be wrapping up our final group stream of 2016, our first group stream was on Tuesday, March 22nd.
Right.
After we kicked this thing off on March 21st, and it like Game of the Year awards, like everything else we did this year, we just all kind of looked at each other like, oh yeah, we don't have to do that the way we did before. So how do we want to do that? And now that we have done, our first meet and greet a couple weeks ago, plenty of these group streams, our first GOTY, our first time to PSX, first Game Awards, redoing bets, in a lot of instances, looking at the new year. Okay, how do we, what did our audience respond to? Oh man, it's just like a wall full of love and respect. So, oh man, yeah, I'm gonna get weepy. This is not our last stream. Right. Certainly, I will be bringing my PS4 to Florida. I know Damiani will be around. Huber and Ben, Huber and Brad, will be around to do some streaming. So yeah, you'll definitely see more of us. But the group stream on the couch at EZA headquarters. Wrapping it up right now. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming over to my house every Tuesday and playing video games with me.
Thanks for having us.
What am I missing?
We should mention, we won't say any specifics, but like, if you need to get tickets, March 21st, 2017, we will be doing a thing in LA.
We're doing a thing on, it is a Tuesday, because it was a Monday last year. It is a Tuesday this year.
Details will come,
yes.
But if you need to plan your life and you want to come to a crazy thing,
and you would like to get a good opportunity to meet up with other allies, March 21st, 2017.
Whoa. Crazy.
Just a couple days left in the year. What an incredible year. Anything else? Anybody want to say this is it? This is the last group stream of the year, baby?
I got 3 episodes of Easy Update coming out.
Yeah.
In the next 3 Saturdays.
I will package at least 1, hopefully 2 more Cup of Joneses for the month of December. Anything else? First stream tomorrow, Ben? What, you got something?
Streaming Trails of Cold Steel tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Trails of Cold Steel.
You heard him talk about it earlier. The proof is in the stream.
Okay.
It's a 24-hour stream, so.
Oh my!
No, it's
75-hour stream.
I did not stream this morning. I was going to stream Lego Dimensions. I will try to make that up later in the week.
Thursday, Naughty Dog will be here.
Nice.
Thursday.
We
will be going through survival mode. Some allies that aren't here will probably be joining in. Maybe we'll get a patron or 2 in there as well. So it's gonna be awesome. We're long stream, hours. Settle in.
So yeah, it's bittersweet when we do Game of the Year awards because we all want to put our opinions out there, but not all of us are going to win, not all of us are going to get our picks. But by no reason, by no stretch of the imagination, we saying if we pick something for Game of the Year, it is definitively the best Game of the Year. But it is fun because it does encapsulate the type of year that we've had, looking back at everything that moved us and everything we enjoyed. And what a hell of a year we've had to go back and look back and calculate and add everything up.
We got a bunch of subscribers. Should we sing one more?
One last time?
Oh, yeah.
Me. And then Damiani, sign us off once we're finished with the subscriber song.
Like, come over.
Can you
here
do
and
that,
talk.
Damiani? Can you sign us off when we're done with the subscriber song? We're going to do one more.
How to translate.
Now, and then just like
like a clean
You
transition.
got something in mind. You guys were like dumb.
Maybe we'll hold the now a little longer to give him a little bit of a buffer. Okay.
Well,
all right.
also, Easy Allies is on Patreon.
Patreon.com/EasyAllies, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook. We have a website as well, easyallies.com. You can go and check out stuff. There's a forum where people do amazing things. Thank you, everybody who jumped in the forum this year and had fun lists and little games and had your own little version of the community. I want that for you so bad, to just have this awesome place you can go to, and you don't have to worry about us getting in there and messing it up.
Go Giants, right?
Go
Yeah, go Giants! Hey, go Giants, everybody! 2017, we're really pulling. It could really be the year for the San Francisco Giants. Fingers crossed. We love you. You're a subscriber!